Shall we start, sir?
Okay, 1-2 minutes. नंदलाल जी,
कट सर इको येतोय बरं का?
हा आता नाही ना येत.
नाही ओके, नाउ इट इज ओके.
ओके, नंदलाल जी.
Yes, sir.
शिंदे सर, shall we start? Gorantiwar sir.
Yes, we can start.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Nandlal ji.
Okay. A very good morning to one and all present here. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all in this online webinar on developing entrepreneurship and employability of students in food processing industry. This webinar jointly organized by Center for Advanced Agriculture Science and Technology for Climate Smart Agriculture and Water Management and Alumni Association, Dr. Anna Sahib Shinde College of Agriculture Engineering and Technology, Mahatma Phule Krishi Vidyapith Rahuri. So we feel honored to have with us respected Dr. H.G. More sir, former Dean and Director of Extension Education, Mahatma Phule Krishi Vidyapith Rahuri, and President of Alumni Association and convener of this webinar. So I welcome you, sir. So for this webinar, we have with us 4 esteemed speakers, respected Dr. R.T. Patil sir, former Director, CPET Ludhiana, Dr. Rajeshwar Mache sir, SIP scientist for food packaging technology, CFTIR Mysore, Engineer Vilas Shinde, manager and chairman of Sayadri Farm Producing Company, Nashik, and engineer Santosh Karade, proprietor Nihara Food Engineering, Pune. So I welcome all the experts. I also welcome Dr. S.D. Gorantiwar sir, Head of Agriculture Engineering and Principal Investigator of CAST project. I also welcome Dr. M.G. Shinde sir, Co-Principal Investigator of CAST project and Vice President of this Alumni Association. I also welcome Dr. Vikram Kurt sir, Organizing Secretary of this webinar, and Engineer S.C. Patil sir, Joint Organizing Secretary of this webinar. So once again, I welcome all the students, scientists, and faculties are present for this webinar. May I now request Dr. S.D. Gorantiwar sir, Head Agriculture Engineering and Principal Investigator of CAST project for a welcome remark. Sir, please.
Thank you very much, Dr. Deshmukh. Very good morning to all the alumni of Dr. Anna Sahib Shinde College of Agricultural Engineering, Mahatma Phule Krishi Vidyapith Rahuri, right from very senior alumnus Dr. R.T. Patil to our students also who will soon become the alumni of our association. As all of us know that Alumni Association of Agricultural Engineers of Mahatma Phule Krishi Vidyapith Rahuri, who are basically graduate or master's or doctoral degree holder from Dr. Anna Sahib Shinde College of Agricultural Engineering and Technology, is one of the vibrant alumni association of agricultural engineers in India, because whenever we organize any activity, some of the activities get flashed in the the alumni group of other universities as well. And then there are comments that why we don't do the activities like Rahuri University and so on. But many times those are limited to the discussion only. But our Alumni Association of Agricultural Engineers is actually doing all the tasks that are required to be performed by the Alumni Association. So on this occasion, as all of us know that the Center for Advanced Agricultural Science and Technology on Climate Smart Agriculture and Water Management, which is World Bank aided National Agricultural Higher Education Project of Indian Council of Agricultural Research, New Delhi. Okay, so has coordinated with Alumni Association of Agricultural Engineers of NPK Rauri and are organizing together the webinars or webinar series. Okay, and this is the second in the series, developing entrepreneurship and employability of students in food processing industry. Okay, so on this all, okay, so including the president of Alumni Association, Dr. SG More, who has joined and basically the driving force behind all of us, and the esteemed speakers, including Dr. R.T. Patil, who is very well-known personality in ICR and former director CFET Ludhiana. Then Dr. Rajeshwar Mache, who has developed his own position in food industry and currently is chief scientist food packaging technology, and as well Professor CFTR Mysore. Then very well-known personality, Dr. Engineer Vilas Shinde, to whom all our alumni is proud of, who is Chairman and Managing Director, Sahyadri Farmer Producer Company Limited, Nashik. And fourth alumni speaker is Engineer Santosh Karai, who is proprietor Nihira Food Engineering Limited, Bhosri, Pune. So I would like to welcome all the speakers, and at the same time, I would also like to welcome all the senior alumni who have joined for this program, then all other alumni, and also the students of Dr. Anna Sahib Shinde and technology. Our patrons, Dr. P.G. Patil, Honorable Vice Chancellor of our university, who happens to be also the alumnus of our college, our university, and also the Associate Dean, Dr. D.D. Pawar, who are engaged in some other activity today and could not join, but they have communicated their support and best wishes for this webinar series. I also welcome the conveners. Of course, myself is one of the conveners. Co-convener Dr. M.G. Shinde and Dr. N.J. Thakur, and organizing secretary Dr. V.P. Kar, and joint organizing secretary Engineer S.C. Patil, and coordinators Dr. N.J. Deshmukh and Dr. S.N. Garge for this webinar series. Thank you very much, and with this I would like to remain.
Thank you very much, sir, for your welcome remark. Now I would like to request Dr. M.G. Shinde, sir, co-principal investigator of CAST project and vice president of this alumni, for the background of this webinar. Sir, please.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Deshmukh, and good morning, all senior alumni and also the junior. I think this is good forum. We have started to bring the senior alumni face to face with the junior alumni because it was very much needed. And for the information of all the dignitaries and students who are present here, we are running the Center for Advanced Agricultural Science and Technology for Climate Smart Agriculture and Water Management, which is quite an ambitious project funded by World Bank and monitored by ICR through its National Agriculture Higher Education Project. Now, one of the objectives of this CAST project is to develop the capacity of students and faculties, develop the entrepreneurship skills and employability of the students. And so we thought that instead of going alone, it will be always better to go hand in hand with the alumni association of our college. And therefore, we started this venture since last month. And last month on 23rd, we inaugurated this series at the hands of none other than the Deputy Director General, Dr. Agrawal, who is also National Director of the CAST project. Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. P.G. Patil also chaired the function. And today, this is the second webinar in the series, which we will discuss about the scope of entrepreneurship development and employability of students of agriculture engineering in food industry. So for this webinar, we have very eminent speakers, very senior speakers like Dr. R.T. Patil, who, as Dr. Gorinto said, is well-known figure in ICR as far as the food industry is concerned. Then Dr. Mache from CFTR Mysore. Then Engineer Vilas Shinde, who is well-known now throughout India. And Engineer Santosh Karale, who is also a good entrepreneur in food processing. And I'm really happy to see that it's more than 300 participants, they have joined this webinar. And if we get such kind of response, definitely it will have more motivation for us to have more and more such webinars in future. And we will not limit to only webinars. We'll try to connect the senior alumni with the juniors so that something we have the output in terms of entrepreneurship development and employability of the students. And I find Dr. Vilas Saloke, former Vice Chancellor and also the former Director of AIT Bangkok. Present, sir, very warm welcome to you. We appreciate your interest in all these alumni activities. Then I also see Professor Pingle, who is the past president of the Alumni Association. So welcome, sir, Professor Pingle. Very warm welcome. Then I also see Kiran Paitankar from Singapore, who is also active, one of the active alumni of our association. Then Dr. Prashant Deshmukh from Cotton Research Institute, Sircot, Mumbai. Then we have a few heads of the departments, Dr. Sonone from Dhule and Dr. M.S. Jadhav from Rauri. So again, welcome all of you. Dr. Dhotre is also there, former head irrigation and drainage engineering. So maybe sometimes if the cameras are not on, I may miss one or two seniors. But again, welcome to all. And let us make this movement successful by participation and your guidance. Thank you very much. Dr. Deshmukh.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for a brief preamble about this webinar. So now we directly start our expert lectures. So for these lectures, first Dr. R.T. Patil, sir, ex-director, CPET Ludhiana. So sir will deliver the lecture on opportunities to set up a food business in third year of engineering students. So first of all, I welcome sir, and now I would like to request our organizing secretary, Dr. Vikram Kad sir, for welcome our today's experts.
Good morning to all the respected dignitaries, alumni, and student friends. Thank you for being here this morning. Today's our first speaker is Dr. R.T. Patil sir. He is ex-director, CFET Ludhiana, and also member of Agricultural Task Force, Government of Madhya Pradesh, member Agricultural Working Group, Planning Commission, Government of Chhattisgarh, then board member of Indira Gandhi Agriculture University, Raipur, and chief technical advisor to food processing industry in India. Sir did his BTech from Mahatma Phule Agriculture University, Rahuri, MTech from IIT Kharagpur, then PhD from Canada, and postdoctoral research from Washington State University, USA. Sir developed so many protocols. Then in that 23 research protocols, prototypes, 7 protocols, then 7 pilot plant, 150 published paper in national and international recognized journal. Sir also developed so many processing plant in India and abroad. In that more than 400 small scale soybean processing industry, more than 300 horticultural produce processing industry in India and abroad. Sir also contributed to 8 national and 1 US patent. And sir also honored number of the awards. In that, sir is a vice president. Sir was a vice president in Indian Society of agriculture engineers for 3 terms, vice president of Association of Food Scientists and Technologists for 1 term, then a member and life member of 6 professional societies, also fellow of in the Institute of Engineers, then ISAE, then National Academy of Agriculture Science, then he is a chief editor of ISC newsletter, then associate editor of NAS International Journal. Sir also received a team award from the government of Poland in 1996, then team award of ISAE in 2001. 11, then Eminent Engineer Award of Institute of Engineers in year 2011, Lifetime Achievement Award and Gold Medal of ISAE, and also Dr. V. Subramaniam Memorial Endorsement Lecture Award in year 2019. With this vast that experience, today we are lucky to listen our today's speaker, Dr. R.T. Patil sir. Now may I request to our today's first speaker, R.T. Patil sir, for his talk. Sir. Sir, unmute yourself, sir. Nandlal ji. नंदलाल जी.
Yes sir, yes sir.
हाँ, सरांना अनम्यूट करावं लागेल. पोस्ट नाही केलं का?
Yes, yes sir.
Unmute आता झालं.
Yes,
Host
sir,
is not
yes.
allowing. Host is not
Yes.
allowing. Okay, now it is okay. Very good morning to all of you. It is a really very good initiative by Alumni Association of MPK College of Agriculture Engineering, MPKV Rahuri. And because entrepreneurship is the key to the progress of the country, and you are giving a lot of importance to it, I'm really very happy. I will share my presentation now. Let us see. Like this. Share screen. Here. Share. Can you see my presentation?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And I will make it, I think, the full screen. Huh? Slideshow. Okay.
Yes sir.
Actually, in this presentation, I will speak in Hindi and Marathi. Will that be okay? अंग्रेजी की जरूरत है?
Sir, as per your convenience, sir.
Okay, okay.
Because all
I have.
are.
ठीक है. I have changed the topic of my presentation a little bit. Earlier, I had written it as a 3rd year of engineering, but I'm now writing as 3rd year of college. So whoever is attending it, many students may not be from agriculture engineering or engineering background. And if they are from other disciplines, they can also should be benefiting from this. Actually, why I chose this topic, that why you should have the entrepreneurship imbibed in you in the 3rd year itself, because we generally learn everything theoretically. म्हणजे ऐसा होता है कि हमें टेबल्स तो याद हो जाते हैं हमारे बच्चों को अच्छी तरह से, लेकिन उनको अगर कुछ ग्रोसरी लेने भेजा किराने दुकान में तो वो हिसाब नहीं कर पाते. उसी तरह से हम इंग्लिश बहुत पढ़ते हैं 12वीं तक, लेकिन उसके बावजूद हम इंग्लिश बोलने में हिचकिचाते हैं. इसका कारण ही ये है कि हमें सब थियोरेटिकल नॉलेज दिया जा रहा है आजकल कॉलेजेस में, और प्रैक्टिकल एस्पेक्ट उसका छूट रहा है. अगर हम इसी तरह से फॉरेन की तुलना करें तो वहां जो बच्चे हैं वो 2nd ईयर 3rd ईयर से ही इतने एक्टिव हो जाते हैं कि वो जब कोई एक्सपेरिमेंट और रिसर्च करते हैं तो उसमें से हो सकता है कुछ ऐसी चीज निकले कि वो अपनी कंपनी फॉर्म कर लेते हैं. I think similar kind of approach we need to do in our country as well, and it is good that now the initiative is being taken by the government of India by establishing incubation centers in almost all the universities and colleges, business incubation centers. And I think the students should benefit out of it. And that is why I have chosen this title as opportunities to set up food business in third year of college. If you look at the history of the entrepreneurship in the world, that successful student businesses, they are maximum in US, North America, or Europe. And the first top 5 which are there, the first one is Google. It was started by 2 PhD students in Stanford University, Larry Page and Sergey Brin. Similarly, Facebook, because we have seen that social network, that kind of movie, and in that it has shown that this was started by a student in the dorm at Harvard University. I want to get rid of this एक मिनट, हाँ आ गया नीचे आ गया. हाँ. So third one is a Time magazine. So it was first published in the New York College in 1923 by 2 students of the Yale University. In the New York City, they published it. Then Snapchat is a popular picture messaging app. It was developed in 2011 in Stanford University. FedEx, which is so famous for transporting all the goods and documents, it was founded in 1971 in the Yale University by the students. Similar kind of revolution we would like to have in our country as well. So, since we are here talking about the food processing, so why food processing enterprise should be considered for giving training or giving opportunity for the students in third year itself? Because there is a tremendous potential for this field. There is a big demand for the processed products which will suit to individuals' needs, which will suit to get you rid of your ailments, just like kadas and all those things which came during the pandemic. And that kind of opportunities are there in the food processing. And increasing middle class. When your middle class is increasing, when husband and wife both are working, where their income is much higher, disposable income is much higher, what they want is ready to eat, ready to cook processed products, so that with the limited time they can cook, because the food business is such a business that it can never stop and it can neither change. All other things can go. Maybe, for example, the cars what we are using today of the petrol and diesel, when the electric car comes, this all totally will go. These factories will be closed down. And this will not happen in the food business, because the food will be required by us till we live or till the end of this earth. And need for environmental sustainability. Environmental sustainability is very much concerned of the country as well as of the world, so that the processing or whatever is done to the crops, the transformation from the raw crop to the end use crop or end use product, it needs to be done in the rural areas, so that the environmental sustainability is maintained. If it is not done in the production catchments, what happens? This whole thing comes into the cities and processed product is used for marketing, whereas byproduct is wasted and it pollutes. Then nowadays it is in the improving the understanding of dietary requirements. I know now my doctor suggests that I should not eat this, I should not eat that. And that is the requirement. And for that, I choose my food or whatever is available in the market, which is the processed food. Then breeding and cultivation of the processable varieties. The farmers are asked to produce the varieties which are good for processing, but they will produce it only when there is a food processing enterprise in the rural catchment. And that is why once we have these food processing enterprises in the rural areas, wherever these crops are grown, the breeding and cultivation of processable varieties will increase. Then increased awareness about the nutraceutical and functional foods. I think this pandemic, Corona pandemic, has taught us very nicely that how our spices, they can help us to take care of this pandemic, because they have the functionality, they have some phytochemicals which are very useful in reducing the viral load or viral impact. So we have now the increased awareness about the nutraceutical and functional foods. We have increased awareness about we should be consuming more of the protein. And for that matter, the food processing enterprises, they have the great scope to meet that requirement. Then government incentives. There are lots of government incentives nowadays. You know that the Prime Minister's micro food processing enterprise scheme. Also, there is a scheme that is one district, one product scheme. There is also KVIC, there is also DIC, there is also state government, and they are giving the big subsidies for establishing such kind of businesses into the rural areas or production catchment where it is grown. And the incentives are there because these food processing enterprises, they are low risk businesses. Because it is something like that, the Marathi में एक कहावत है कि गाजराची पुंगी वाजली तर वाजली नाही तर खाल्ली. The similar kind of thing is for food processing enterprises. If you start with the small scale, and if you succeed, you grow, and if you don't succeed, you are not at very much loss. And these enterprises, they can provide for each 10 lakh invested 2 direct jobs and 6 indirect jobs, and that kind of job opportunities we don't have any other field. So why this is opportune time? Why this is the time for third years graduates to think about going in for some enterprise when they are in the college itself? Because whatever you are learning during the course, if you are allowed to apply it to the practical purposes, then definitely what you learn, that is assimilated better. And from that learning knowledge, that from that foundation, you become creative in developing some more things in that. And to do that, whether we have a support from the universities, yes, now we have a lot of support from the universities, because almost all the universities, even private, now very recently, one of the private universities in Bhopal, they asked me to be their advisor for agribusiness incubation center, which they have. So we have almost all the universities and the ICR institutes, they have agribusiness incubation centers. What does it mean? That incubation means if you have an idea related to processing of some commodity, and if it is workable, then you can approach to these institutions, and they have the incubation centers where you can incubate that idea into a prototype or a product, do the test marketing, and go into starting or launching a startup. Then experiential learning facilities. Almost all the universities, they have been given by the ICR a lot of money, lot of funding for experiential learning facilities. Under those experiential learning facilities, these universities, they have the small bakeries. These universities, they have the small milk processing units. These universities, they have the small horticultural crop processing units. And you have the, in MPKV Rahuri, there is, I think, 1 crore or 2 crore investment, post-harvest technology center, where all these processing units or machines which are required for processing horticulture produce, they are available. Then there are many existing manufacturing units are there, because in the country already something was being processed, but it was not being processed the way it should be. That is a traditional method or traditional knowledge they were using. For example, we have atta chakkis, we have masala grinding units, we have the bakeries also in the every town, and all those things, they were not with the modern what you call the technologies. So they need your helping hand for their capacity utilization, for their upgrade, and for their marketing. Dr. More, his son Aniruddha, he has got a masala making unit. And that masala making unit is really flourishing very good. But in that same masala unit, if it is not using at the highest capacity, which should be to make it more economical, then in that case, if some student has got some formula, he can go there, and when they have time, they can manufacture that thing for him, and then he can take and market it. Because most of these agricultural processing units, they require a lot of money for working capital. And that is a handicap for many processing units, and that is why they are sometimes going in red, or they are not in position to utilize their capacity to the highest extent. And in that case, if these students, if they have the innovative ideas, and in third year itself, they can discuss with their mentors in the college and establish a company and come out with that formula, and then do some basic research or basic product development into the facilities which are there in the university, and then they can take to the existing manufacturing units and ask them whether we can make it in their facility by giving the custom hiring charges and making that product. And that kind of facility, it is not available in US kind of countries or developed countries. It is available in our country only. For example, if somebody comes out with a very good formulation for a bread, we know that ordinary breads are very common. Milk bread is common. Also, garlic bread has come. But some other fruit breads or some other thinking in that, wild thinking and some other quality of bread, if somebody comes out with a formula and then he makes it few units or few breads in the university bakery, test them, then he can go to the town and say that your bakery is not working full time. So please do it for me. This is my formula. This is my raw material. You make it for me, and then I will market it in the country. And that is how he has a facility now to develop his all whatever ideas he has got. I will give an example. When we were thinking of doing the soya fortified biscuits in our laboratory in Bhopal, what we could do in our lab is only non-katai kind of biscuits. Then we thought that why can't we make a glucose type of shape and that kind of biscuit with soya fortification? But we did not have facility. We went to one of the bakeries. That fellow was not in profit, actually, that bakery. What he was doing, he was making from very substandard quality of raw material, his biscuits, which were looking like glucose. And then he used to write some funny names. If it is a Parle G, there will be some spelling different. And that is how he used to sell it in the rural areas where the people don't recognize between the original Parle G and the duplicate Parle G. We went to his place and we asked him whether you can make from our raw material for us the biscuits, just like yours, that glucose biscuit kind of thing. Then he said, our capacity is 120 kg at one time. So you have to buy 120 kg from us because we don't know whether they will sell in the market or not. Then we said that it is okay because we have restrictions in buying things at one go from somebody. So we said that now we will buy 60 kg from you. And after maybe 10 days, we will buy another 60 kg from you to meet our auditory requirements. Okay. Then he prepared those biscuits for us. And when we went to buy the biscuits from him, and we said that, all right, give us the 60 kg with CFITS, our CIA sticker and all that. And because we had given him the sticker to put on that. And then we said that for that remaining 60 kg, we will come after 1 week. He said, sir, no need to come. We said, what happened? Because he said our regular customers, when they knew that this is a new kind of product and there is a lot of protein and soybean is in that one, so they purchased it already. And now, my friends, today, that fellow, he is a Shakti brand and he is making soya fortified biscuits 100% in his bakery. And he has got a wonderful market for that. This is the kind of thing can happen if you collaborate with existing manufacturing facilities for your ideas, which you have during 3rd year and incubated in 4th year, along with your mentors, and then come out with your brand and things like that. And incentives and support from the government. What kind of incentives and support you have today, it was not earlier. And this should, in fact, encourage you to go in for this kind of opportunity. Encouragement for students by the university, because that also should come in. I don't know, this has not come into any system now. The encouraging the students of the university to establish a company in the university. Because in US, it is very common. The university where I was, the Washington State University, many processing students might be knowing that you have a machine, which is the water activity meter. It is an instrument which measures the water activity of the produce so that you can make sure that it can keep for long or it doesn't keep for long. Okay. So that water activity meter was developed in Washington State University and as a student project, And when they found that it is very promising, there is a innovation center attached to the university. Okay. Every university in US has got its own innovation center. And in that innovation centers, the sheds are available, facilities are available, just like अपना ये जो है ना क्या कहते हैं food park, what government has got the scheme for food park, Similar kind of activity they have for the universities. There is an innovation center, and they went, a professor took leave for 5 years, and with that PhD students or master students, his team, which built that meter, they went out, made it, and then first prototype, second prototype, and then manufactured it. And today they are selling it world over. If you go to the Google and write down the water activity meter, you will find their name, Aqualab or Decadon or something, and then their location, that is Pullman, Washington State University. Then with this, I will show you some promising technologies. But these are just indicators for you, for the students, those who would like to go for something like this, a business. Because mostly what I used to tell my students and what I have found that where they have been successful, there is an example of Jalgaon district. Because in Jalgaon, the banana is grown more, and that banana is not processed much, because raw banana is sold throughout the country. And there they ripen it and then sell it in local market. And that is why, because there are no processing units there, there was not a problem for the farmers to dispose of the grade 2 and grade 3 bananas. And they were available almost at 1 rupee or 2 rupee a dozen, and they were getting spoiled. In fact, it was a headache for the farmers. Along with those pseudo stems, this also was a headache for the farmers, because who can eat that much quantity? Now, fortunately, with the lead by one of the NGO and one of the KVKs, they have almost 2,000 to 3,000 units of small scale banana chips making plants. And what is that banana chip making plant? On the every bus stand, they have a small restaurant kind of thing for those farmers. They bring their raw material and they put a big bhatti there. There is a kadhai, and in that, in front of you, they will cut the banana into slices and then fry it and give it to you. And it is sold at 60 rupees a kilogram. Now there is a good market or good consumption of the grade 2 and grade 3 banana in Jalgaon district. And there are about 2,000 or 3,000 units there. So those are the existing processing facilities, what I told you about, just like that. So what happened, the people, some students from Pune and Mumbai, they form a small company, they registered their brand, and they purchased this chips from these people at 50 to 60 rupees a kilogram, because these farmers were also very happy that they could sell it in the bulk, and then instead of sitting there for a whole day for selling that stuff, and then they repacked it, and it is selling at 200 rupees a kilogram in Pune Mumbai market. So that is what is the company concept in the third year of your studies. Okay, and for that is why these are some of the promising technologies, but you keep your eyes and ears open, and you will find that there are many things which you can do in the existing product. There could be some developments done by you with your knowledge of food processing as well as the nutrition and all those things which you study in your college, and then come out with a formula. Same thing for kadas. For example, the kadas have become
excuse me. Actually, I think the slides, they are not moving.
They are not moving. Okay.
Yeah.
The first technology which I would like to suggest you to make it as a small company in your college itself is a soybean or groundnut milk. It is a plant-based milk. It has got a lot of nutritional benefits, and people want it. Diabetic patients, heart patients, but they don't get it. If you make it available, they are willing to pay higher price for this. And this machine cost only 3 lakhs. Almost all the universities, they have purchased this machine in their experiential learning programs. You come out, if you are interested, the few students together can form and then make a brand and then go in for setting up this kind of company. So instead of looking for a job, you can be a businessman or the entrepreneur or startup owner from the beginning itself. And this help you can get in the university. Second thing is, these are the garlic processing machines. Actually, peeled garlic, it has a tremendous potential in the houses as well as in the restaurants and in the dhabas. But nobody does this job. This is wonderful opportunity for the small business to start in the third year itself, because these machines are almost there in almost all the universities in the AICRP on PhD, because this has been developed under one of our center at Udaipur, and these machines are available. And what you need to do, break the bulb by machine, then you press the close by machine, and thereafter this is an aspirator kind of thing, and remove the what you call, which is outside, and then you get the garlic and make it into slices like this, and you can sell it at much higher price compared to the raw garlic which you get in the market. Okay, many times value addition. Then the next is mechanical dewatering and drying of onion. Onion is our crop from Maharashtra, and there is always a problem. And whereas this dried onion powder and dried this onion juice, it is very much in demand and required by masala industry. It is required by shampoo industry. It is required by specialty oil industry, which is required to grow your hair. And for them, this raw material is not available because nobody is doing this business. In fact, if you do, what you need to do is peel the onion, chop it, express the juice out of it. And that juice is so good. It has a lot many medicinal benefits, because we know in Maharashtra, wound lagla tar apan onionचा juice लावतो अंगावर. And that is why that can be used as a raw material for making many pharmaceutical products as well as the shampoos. Okay, and this, when you remove the juice out of it, your drying requirement of that material or residue is reduced. So it is a wonderful technology which you can start where, if you have the access to the raw material nearby in the third year itself, and then you can have your brand for masala, for the flakes, or as well as for the juice, and then the products thereafter. Next is sugarcane. Sugarcane is an important crop of our state, and there are many jaggery plants. I'm not talking about jaggery because jaggery also tremendous scope to make the specialized product out of it and then sell it in the national and international market. One of my follower, when I was giving the webinars like this, when we threw this idea that existing jaggery plants, if you go and get the specialized jaggery produced by them and then market it as under your brand, and that fellow has already started it. So, but this one I'm talking about sugarcane chewing and juice. Nowadays, we don't chew the sugarcane because we do not have the strong teeth. We do not have the grandfathers with the strong teeth in our house who can open it up and give it to the children for chewing. And that is why this is such a wonderful material to chew and eat, because it is healthy also. It will give exercise to your teeth, and that is required. But it is not available. Just by doing this and then packing it properly, and if you want to make it soft, you write there that you microwave it for 10 minutes or 10 seconds or half 30 seconds, and then you eat it. And then everybody in the house in Maharashtra or even around in the country can enjoy chewing sugarcane. And this can be very profitable small scale business or the enterprise to start. And also the juice, sugarcane juice. What happens, sugarcane juice, we get it in the summer season, but we don't like to go to those juice vendors because they are not, it's not hygienically made. And because as we grow in the modernization or we increase our modernization, we become averse to these kind of things. Actually, there is nothing wrong in that, because that fellow also is a human being and he keeps it really clean, whatever possible to him. But still, we don't want to go there. And we want to take it as a bottled one. And then because it is not available in the bottles, we take only junk, what is that, Coca-Cola and things like that. So here is a couple, techie couple, they started it, sugarcane juice processing unit, Milind and Kirti Datar. And they started earning lakhs of rupees. But because of this COVID now, their business has a little bit stopped, or stopped totally maybe, but they will again come back. And only one entrepreneur is not enough for this country or for this state. There could be many people who can take up this challenge and make a unit, and let there be many brands available in the state. So this also you can do, because all the machines which are required, for example, juice pasteurization, you have the pasteurization unit in your university. Even you have the UH2 unit, ultra high temperature pasteurization unit. You have homogenizers, because there are small particles in this. Of course, they are very much welcome to have the particles in the juice. But if somebody who doesn't want it, then you have the homogenizers also in the laboratories there in your university. And then you can go in for this, making a small company for sugarcane, for chewing, as well as for juicing. Then moringa and leafy vegetable processing. Actually, nowadays, what happens, because we see on the WhatsApp, many rumors that the vegetables and leafy vegetables are being treated with chemicals and then they are coming to us. So we are skeptical about it. But if you form a company and people will have faith in that company, and then you dry these leaves, you dry dhania, you dry methi, also moringa leaves. People would, this is a superfood. People would like to consume it. And thereafter, when you have that, if you powder it, you can make even the capsules out of it, and which are good for health. Some people can take it for some ailment in the form of capsule or in the form of tablet. Very small business to start with, but big potential of export as well as throughout the country. Then aloe vera gel extractor. This is the technology which can be the basis for starting a company in third year, because aloe vera is utilized everywhere. Aloe vera juice, aloe vera cream, aloe vera for your bruises and things like that. It is a medicinal as well as nutritional properties it has got. And what you need to do is only, this is a new machine which has been developed by CIA, so that the aloe vera gel is very clearly extracted. Rather than crushing the aloe vera and making it bitter, when you remove the upper portion and lower portion and get only gel, you don't need to process it for debittering. And that was a bottleneck for the small scale entrepreneurs, because they cannot do the debittering because it requires the chemical process. And that is why this unit can be used for establishing a small startup to get the aloe vera gel in the very good quality. And either they will pack it in a small bottles and sell it in the market. There is a tremendous scope for it. Then, this kind of, for example, oranges. What happens for oranges? They come in 3 grades. The first grade goes for the table purpose, but grade 2 and grade 3 meets the same fate as the banana people, because grade 2 and grade 3 they had a problem of disposal. Here also there is a problem of disposal. But why can't we separate the segments and osmodehydrate it? So what will happen? They will become sweetened and they can be kept for 6 months, and they can be sold as a brand, so that the further people can use it either for making juice or adding in other preparations like the sweet meats. बर्फी में डालने के लिए या लड्डू में डालने के लिए they can use it. This also can be a very good enterprise to start with in the third year. Then crushed tomato technology. Tomato is another crop of our state, or for that matter of the country, which creates a problem for the farmers, because when they come in glut, they don't get much price, 1 rupee or 50 paise price they get, and the farmer is forced to throw them on the street. But if you can put up a processing unit to have the crushed tomato, once you crush the tomato, the truckload of crushed tomato can go into 4 barrels only. And when you pack it, 3 kg of tomatoes can be packed into 1 kg crushed tomato in a polythene bag. This is a Tetra pack, but we don't need to go for Tetra pack. It could be a polythene bag. And crushed tomato is just like a raw tomato to be used in the making curries. So this is very good for restaurants and very good for dhabas. If you can supply them this product regularly, they will be your first customers, and thereafter the retail in the houses, because many times the tomatoes are crushed, chopped, and then used in the vegetables. Instead of that, they can use it directly, and the cost of this end product is much cheaper compared to the fresh product what we get in the market. Mostly the tomatoes are above 40 rupees a kilogram, whereas you will get this at much cheaper rate. Then extruded products. We see that Kurkure is getting very famous, but just like bakery units, the Parle, they have a lot of competition of the local brands. But whereas this Kurkure, there is no competition of the local brand. Why can't we have it? We can have the millet Kurkure and adding the fruit powder in that, or adding some spices in that, making some separate taste. And this kind of machines are available in your exponential learning centers. Or if it is not there, I will request the university can buy these units and make it available to the students. This is a simple machine which costs about 2 lakhs or 3 lakh rupees, and it makes about 25 kg of the extruded product per hour. And 25 kg extruded products means it is a volume. And then you sell it in the small bags, and you can make very nice profit out of it. And if you are thinking about helping the society, then you can have this given to the people. Let them make it. You bring it together, all the produce which has been produced by 10 companies which are there, and then sell it as one brand. and that way they will prosper and you will also prosper. That is the franchise concept. And because of that franchise concept, now the American small scale processing units like Domino's, like KFC, like McDonald's, they are the small restaurants only. They have reached to India because they have very good franchise concept. And another thing is that there is a faith involved in that. We lack in faith, and that faith has to be built. And once the faith is built, I think this business in food processing, it will flourish like anything. Then project selection criteria. I told you about some projects, whereas you can have some ideas of your own, looking to the existing product that I can do this, I can add this, I can make this, but I need all these machines for that. And these machines is a handicap. You cannot make it. You cannot make it easily in the kitchen. You cannot make it easily in the lab. But when it goes to this little bit of scale up, you don't have those machines. But nowadays, you have those machines in the experiential learning centers, and you can then try it out and go for scale up afterwards. But you can establish the company when you are in the third year or fourth year itself. Now, if you have almost 10 products in your mind, for example, because there are many technologies that have been developed by many universities. In your university also, they must have developed some products, food science department, and some machines by food engineering department, and they can also be selected. But when you select, you please look into these criteria. Out, if suppose if you have 5 in technologies which you like, then for those 5 technologies, make a table, and then for each of these point, give the number from 0 to 10. And whichever technology gets maximum mark, go for that technology. So that is a scientific selection of the technology which you can very successfully start up or successfully establish. For example, availability of market, you have to see that. If there is no market, for example, if you are selling combs where the people are ganjas everywhere, so there is no point because there is no market. If you are, it is a Jain kind of city, and if you are having the poultry farm nearby, there is no market for that. So availability of the market you see, then availability of the raw material, whether the farmers are growing that variety or that product there or not. If it is not there, then you have to convince farmers to grow it, and then you put up.
Nandlalji,
Yes, sir. I think sir has left.
No, he looks there, but I think his presentation got disconnected.
and voice is also sir a problem.
Vikram, can you call him?
Ha, करतो sir मी ना. Sir join होता था नंदलाल जी.
Okay,
Within
sir.
2 minutes.
Okay, sir. Okay. Till one important notice for all the participants. After completion of all the expert lectures, we have a separate session for interaction and question answer. So if you have any query or questions regarding these lectures or upcoming lectures, then you can post your questions in chat box. Okay.
पिंगळे साहेब, हा, जर काही आपल्याला बोलायचं असेल 2 मिनिटं तर बोलू शकता. आर.टी. पाटील जॉईन होईपर्यंत. तुमचा माईक म्यूट आहे. नाही नाही, माईक म्यूट आहे सर, माईक म्यूट आहे आपला.
सर मी त्यांना को होस्ट बनवतो, कोणाला बनवायचंय मला एक सांगा.
करा, धोत्रे साहेबांना करा, साळुंखे साहेबांना करा.
एक येस.
मला वाटते अनम्यूट झाला.
ठाकरे साहेब तुम्ही अनम्यूट करा.
परत त्यांनी पत्र तरी द्यावं, ते पण देत नाही.
आता झाले अनम्यूट तुम्ही.
हा मला हे म्हणायचं होतं की अतिशय स्तुत्य उपक्रम आहे आपला हा, आणि पार्टिसिपंट सुद्धा म्हणजे इंटरेस्टेड दिसत आहेत, आणि सिनियर मेंबर्स लाईक साळुंखे साहेब, धोत्रे साहेब आणि आणखीनही बरेच जण आहेत. आणि हे चांगला उपक्रम चालू झाला त्याबद्दल तुम्हाला निकट साहेबांना आणि म्हणजे MG शिंदे साहेब, गोरंटेवार साहेब आणि VC साहेब असतील तर त्यांना सुद्धा खूप खूप धन्यवाद.
चला, थँक्यू सर.
शिंदे सर त्यांना जॉईन व्हायला प्रॉब्लेम आहे. शॅल वी टेक सेकंड?
Yes, we can take the next speaker. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Nandlalji.
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay. Now our next speaker is respected Dr. Rajeshwar Mache sir, Chief Scientist, Food Packaging Technology, CFTRI Mysore, and sir will delivering lecture on entrepreneurship and innovative thinking. So before that, I would like to request Engineer SC Patil sir, Joint Organizing Secretary of this webinar, to introduce our speaker for participants.
Thank you, Deshmukh sir. Hello everyone, and welcome to our today's webinar session. I am happy to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Rajeshwar Mache sir. Dr. Rajeshwar Mache sir is a Chief Scientist at Food Packaging Technology at...
I have a request. Can we just start rather than introducing so that we can save some time?
Okay.
Actually, this is for information of juniors actually.
Okay.
Because many they are students and very junior alumni.
Sure.
And they don't know anything about the...
Yeah, maybe very brief. So
yes,
that
I will finish within 1 minute, sir.
Sure.
Thank you. Actually, sir has more than 29 years of experience in the field of research and development in Central Food Technology Research Institute, CFTRI at Mysore. He is academic council member of 2 universities. He is also past secretary and president of Association of Food Scientists and Technologists India. Regarding the research publications, sir has published over 65 papers and poster presentations. He has developed 22 technologies that transferred into the industries. He has successfully executed more than 80 R&D projects. He is editorial board member of 5 international journals and has published 16 book chapters. He has given the 15 keynote talks at various international conferences and has chaired about 15 international conferencing sessions at 10 different countries. He is an active member of different professional bodies and technical committees, including FSSAI, ISO, BIS, and has been guide to more than 80 students for investigation dissertation for their postdoctoral research. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Rajeshwar Mache sir. Thank you, sir.
So thank you so much for the introduction. Respected Dr. Patil, Dr. Pingle, Dr. Dhotre, my guide Dr. Gorantiwar, Dr. Sinde, Dr. Kurd. It's really exciting to be part of the association, and what I want to discuss is on the little differently is entrepreneurship, innovative and critical thinking. See, when you are talking of the technologies or the product oriented or process oriented, where Dr. Patil sir was talking, and even from my institute, I also head the technology transfer and business development. We have more than 450 technologies transferred to 5,000 entrepreneurs. What we call it is entrepreneurs, but that is basically a business model. The entrepreneurship model and the business model, I just wanted to show how you need to look at these differently. So that you see, why I'm telling this is, out of 500 plus entrepreneurs, Nobody has become a very, very big, because the thinking process you need to look at. So when you look at the enterprises globally, you will have big names of Amazons or Apple or Microsoft. And when you're a student, particularly at young age, you will be keen to join this company and to work for the company. You know that they are going to pay you good and they are going to give you a lifestyle. Now, but if you look at their history, they have started with the sort of a thinking process. Now, if you look at India, we have big names, and then these big names also associated with the entrepreneurship skills of Ambanis or Tatas or Narayan Murthy's, or for that matter, Godrej and Premji's. But this, the system is not changing. The thought process is changing. So that is what you also need to change as an organization, as a human being, to make use of what is on our platter. Interestingly, I'm just put some of these names. They're very, very young. So if you look at the Ritesh Agrawal, now he's 27, but he has made a fortune. Or it can be Bhavesh Agrawal of Ola, or it can be Bansal brothers of Flipkart. They are trying to successfully implement the Western thought process of Uber and the Amazon in India. And interestingly, another brother couple, Divank and Bhavish. Divank has a very distinction of starting the business at the age of 16, and 18 he was very successful, and he has sold out his companies and made a big money. Why I'm telling this? Because if you look at the whole gamut, or it can be Baiju's Ravindran, or it can be Vaibhav Gupta of Udan, or Kamats of Jaradon. Now look at this. What they are trying to do, they are not trying to focus the product. They are not trying to focus the process. They are trying to focus the customer. They are trying to focus the opportunity. So from the day one you join, not necessarily second year or third year, you need to get that sort of a thought process, that what is an opportunity. Now what Ritesh thought, looking at it, there are a lot of hotel rooms not utilized, and there are people who don't want to pay that high, and they're trying to connect it. Or for that matter, if you look at the Baiju's, what they have done, they are the major sponsor of the UN Cricket Association, cricket team. That means they have a lot of money. What he thought, learning through app. That is where, when he was taking classes, he was teaching to his juniors when he was in the final year. He used to take coaching classes for the classes for the youngsters. And he realized that there is a huge gap and opportunity. And that opportunity is now $1 billion opportunity. So the thought process when you were studying, you need to look at that. Or it can be like comments. There are huge shift of the trading in the lockdown. A lot of people have turned to trading, and the opportunity in the trading, the house of the people or the offerers who are offering the trading platforms, and their cost and their technology, there is a gap. And that gap identification and filling the gap is where you need to look at. So a lot of times the picture of the Indian ecosystem changes with this innovative and thought process of the people. Now, a lot of times we will not be able to connect with these big names because they are not related with you. So I'll try just sort of getting connected. This is a startup from IIT Delhi, which I had done my post-graduation. And the disclosure, I also am investing in this company. So that may be my bias. So what is this gentleman, Gupta? He went to Ladakh and Siachen, and then realized there's a big problem with the Indian soldiers. You cannot take bath for months together, and the hygiene is a big issue. So what he has done, he has done a lot of research with IIT Delhi, with Dr. Rathod as his mentor, and he has come out with the solution of giving the bath, waterless bath. Now, you imagine, this is a small thought process, but he has got a business of not only an Indian army or Indian Armed Forces, all the three forces, plus 78 NATO forces, they don't need to tender it. They place the direct order. So he will not be able to handle this order. So what he has done, he has tied up with Cipla to do a front-end marketing and 100 crore business. Now, what I'm trying to look at it, there is an opportunity. He's not a expert in that particular line, but he found that opportunity, get that opportunity, and you get into this. Now, he did not stop there. Now he's trying to expand this to the hospitalized patients. So hospitalized patients, you say you give a sponge bath. Then what happens in the sponge bath? You are not very comfortable. But if you have this huge market, he has tied up with big hospital chains. Now, next step, what he feels, and he's doing quite successfully, if you're using all these like say shampoos or shower gels and all that, what is there in that? More than 80% is water. And you're transporting water and you're adding cost to it. So he is giving that concentrate, and you're trying to sort of disrupt the ecosystem of the existing cosmetic industries. So this sort of a thought process, you need to, it is not a one-day process. From the day when you joined or college or school, you need to think from the consumer's point of view. If you're a consumer, what is that one unique thing you are trying to look at it? Or it can be another disclosure. This is Lycius Food. Lycius Food, you might have seen advertisements, particularly in Pune, Mumbai, and Chandigarh. Abhay, basically, he comes from Jammu. Is a very conservative family, no touching of non-veg. But what he has done, and because he looked into this business, he was thrown out of the house for 2 to 3 years by the parents. Now, why I'm telling this, he has seen an opportunity being a vegetarian. He has seen opportunity in non-veg business. What is that? Now, if some of you may be eating non-veg, and what generally you do, when you want to eat non-veg, you don't go to the mall or market to pick the meat or chicken. You go to the butcher where he will give you fresh cut meat. And this is a huge market. There is no branded product where available till that for the eating fresh meat or chicken or fish for that matter. And 95% of this market is unorganized. What he saw as an opportunity. Why Indians should not get the branded quality? And each time, I'm not sure because I also don't eat non-veg. If each time you go and get the chicken or meat, you may not get the consistent same quality. He says, I'm going to do that. Now today, we are helping him to do a sort of a smart sticker where to check whether the meat is fresh or not. So what he has done, he has broken, destructed the system. And now his business is, he has got a funding of more than 300 crores. So that is where you need to look at. He is not an expert, neither he is a food technologist. But what I'm trying to do, the thinking, creative and innovative thought process is very, very important, which can disrupt the system where you can make huge, huge fortune. Or it can be ideally, I'm sure now in even Rahuri or in Pune or Mumbai, you are now able to get idli batter. In the morning, you earlier making idli, fermentation and all that is a huge problem. You will not get a soft idli. But what happened, Mustafa, he's very near from Mysore. His father was a coolie, working for the laborer in the farm. He did not have time. He used to do a part-time job for his father, failed 6th standard. 10th standard, he topped the school. And then he worked abroad and made some money. But he realized in South India, idli and dosa eating is a very common, but it's a very laborious process. Can I reach every house in the morning, giving him the house the convenience? Now he started with just making 100 packets per day, leaving the job, because he has understood that opportunity. It is not the product. It is not anything else. The customer need and the opportunity, the thought process, that is very important. And today he has made a fortune. Now he's not stopped there. And Interestingly, he has taken this technology from CFTRI, paying 500 rupees, and he has modified the technology. But he has not stopped there. Now he's diversifying in the areas with your brand name. Otherwise, what happened to Nokia? It may happen to you if you're just telling that I'm doing this, I'm doing good today, I'm okay. So don't know tomorrow. So you need to look at the future opportunities and look at from that point of view. Now, you may not be able to connect with these people, but we can connect with our own people, with your seniors. Where you see a simple example is Jayesh Shah is my classmate. Now he was working in the grain handling equipment industries. He realized that there is a gap, huge gap, where that gap he can fill in terms of the costing, in terms of the delivery, in terms of the quality, and he's doing a good job. Now, if you're able to connect, that is where you need to look at. Or it can be Ravi Mahajan. He was working with a multinational company and he realized that automated process solutions, the reliable solutions for the food industry is a challenge. If you want to get a good reliable solution, it's very costly, and unreliable solutions, there are issues. So he wanted to fill that gap. He identified the opportunity. He has creative mind and creative thinking, and then now he's doing extremely good. So, or it can be Sunil Khairnar. After BTech he has done from IIM Ahmedabad, and then he realized he was working on some of the rural technologies, and he realized there is a gap. The rural community is not connected with either industry or with the government or any other organizations. He started the disclosure. I am on his board of directors as an independent director. So whatever I said, you please take with the biased opinion. Okay. So he made a network of the professionals and connected these rural folks with the government policies or industries. And then the outshoot of this, he started an Indigram lab, where what he does, he has an incubation center. In the incubation center, he has got a 9 to 10 crore funding from the government of India, where he can give the money as a seed money to incubation center, and he do the mentoring of this. So these are some of the opportunities which you need to look at. You have an university in Sindeji. Now he is the next speaker, and I don't want to tell anything about this because everybody knows. But what he realizes that the small land holding of the farmers, they cannot do anything independently. You need to come together. And he faced the problem when you bring people together, the trust deficit. Beginning, he has even paid money out of his pocket. And then now he realizes that bringing them together, the cooperative societies have not succeeded to the level which has to be succeeded. So he thought of FPOs, and now he's doing a fantastic job. And he's an icon and a role model for a lot of you to look at it. Now, these are some of the things which you need to look at. Now, coming back to the entrepreneurship, if you look at these, I'm not going a typical definition, but if it is a process of entrepreneur's action for searching something very new, such as thinking about the gaining profitable opportunity. You're trying to gain a profitable opportunity, of course, by accepting the risk and taking their enterprises to the higher level. So risk is a very, very integral part of entrepreneurship. Now, if you look at the entrepreneurship, it is not owning the business. It is basically being a leadership in terms of how you take the organization forward. That thought process has to come from the day one. See, when you join BTech, you don't think that generally thought process is I'll join CADA, I'll join government job, or I'll join this company or that company. But you need to have that thought process also that I can be an entrepreneur. So that is another option. Now, when you're talking of the entrepreneurship ecosystem, where Dr. Patil was very vividly discussing about it, it's very, very important to build an ecosystem. I was just analyzing. Generally, on any good organizations like what we have, Agricultural Engineering College in Rahuri, if you analyze, and I can tell that Dr. Gorantiwara already might have done this analysis, that each year, batch of 50 or batch of 100, how many of them become an entrepreneur? Generally, it will be 2 to 5% of them, or 10% max. But earlier, and then how many of them they're joining the jobs? What sort of a good job? That generally the institutes are rated based on that. But the new trend, They say that now how many of them are becoming an entrepreneur? Now, if you go to some of the well-known IIMs like IIM Ahmedabad or Stanford universities or some of these universities, most of the people who are coming out, they don't want to join the job. They want to start the business. Yeah, of course, from the engineering college where they're coming also, they want to do the business. But problem is they have not been trained. They have not got that ecosystem. And it was not there earlier. Now, government is emphasizing on the ecosystem. Now, what is ecosystem? It has different ingredients. As it can be government policy. Now, government is emphasizing quite a lot, and they have changed the government policy. Entrepreneurship programs, government themselves are running a good amount of entrepreneurship program. Now, there comes the proactiveness of the organization like our university, and we are very fortunate. A very good friend of mine is now vice chancellor of the university, and he is the one who encourages the entrepreneurship. Now, what you need to do, you need to build an ecosystem. Ecosystem from the day one student joins, and you need to have that sort of a thought process. It is not necessarily training. And then in between giving these sort of interactions, either with the seniors or with the successful people, spending some time with them, and that is where you need to look at. Coming back, whenever somebody wants to start a business, they need money. And of course, now there is a lot of money floating around. It can be different schemes like PMFME scheme, or it can be TBI. I'll maybe discuss only one in that. And then where you can get the finance, or even the alumni association can give the seed money, because we give it for IIT Delhi. So that is where the opportunity you get. When you give the money, you also mentor them and try to take it to the next level. That's very, very important. Then you have research and development. Sometimes what happens, getting a right type of research or technology is very, very important. Rather than you developing, there are a lot of organizations like ICR universities or institutes like ours have a lot of technologies. Have a look at it and see what best you can do. And then you need to provide the commercial and legal infrastructure. Of course, there is a market openness, and physical infrastructure is very important. And you need to develop that culture. Now, if you go to IIM Ahmedabad, or if you go to IIT Powai Incubation Center, IIT Chennai Incubation Center, fantastic. The whole climate. Now, earlier people used to Silicon Valley. So you need not have to go to Silicon Valley. Yes, 10 years back, 20 years back, Silicon Valley was the only place. But now we have a lot of good places in India where the whole ecosystem is very, very well defined and well developed. So when you're talking of any social and economical environment which affects, now in our organization, if you don't have that, the ecosystem of entrepreneurship development, then we will have some Sunils or some Sindes or some Suhas on their own doing a fantastic job. But if we should have given this ecosystem much before, maybe they should have done started much earlier, or maybe done today, they might have been a little more higher than what they are there. So that is where you need to look at that. Now, if you look at the ecosystem, what is ecosystem you're setting up? You're setting up an independent actors and factors, which coordinated in such a way that it enables the productive entrepreneurship. I'm not talking of making the business. Making a business, I have chips, I want to make some chips. I have technology, I'll sell somewhere, and then that is a making business. You can do a business, but entrepreneurship is a thought process. You need to get into that mood, and it's a very, very exciting journey. Now I am on the board of Silicon Road as an advisor. I am on the board of some of these startups where we spend at least in 1 week, I spend at least 4 to 5 hours talking to them. And they're so motivated, so excited, and you feel it's a learning for you also on each day. So with this ecosystem, it narrows the entrepreneurship down to high growth and startup of the scale. So that is very important. If you provide this, you have a higher growth in the startups. Instead of 5% to 10%, you will have maybe 20 to 30% of the students taking it. Now coming back to the entrepreneurship ecosystem, PMFME scheme, what they do, basically is for small enterprises where you want to do a sort of a business where they'll give you subsidy up to 10 lakh of rupees. You can have, interestingly, our university can have the incubation center. Now they're just giving so many incubation centers where they'll give 2.75 crores for setting up the processing lines. You can put the processing lines, as Dr. Patil was telling, you can use these processing lines for even teaching the students, or even they themselves can be a sort of a getting an experience, hand-on experience to be an entrepreneur. So that sort of a things can be done. But then that has a limitations where you will not get money for marketing or appointing somebody. But there are very interesting funding from the National Science and Technology Entrepreneurship Development Board. It comes under my same ministry where I work, is the Department of Science and Technology. There, even the Sunil has got around 7 to 9 crores of funding. In that funding, you will get money for the setting up the facilities. You will get money for the setting of the infrastructure. You will also get money for giving the seed capital up to 2 crores per annum to the students. That's a very, very exciting. And that money, they don't take it back. You keep it back to your center, and then you can grow that money. So that is very, very interesting part. And I encourage your organization or vice chancellor and you people to take lead and take this opportunity. You can appoint, you can pay 2.5 to 3 lakh rupees per month to a CEO, which will help you in finance, it will help you in marketing and all that sort of systems. Fantastic schemes. I think you need to look at that very critically. I think if I have a few minutes, shall I go ahead, or how much time I have, sir? Because I don't want to exceed my time, because we have 2 exciting speakers around.
Yeah, you can finish in next 5 minutes.
Okay, sure. Thank you. So when you are talking of entrepreneurship process, it is basically idea generation, germination, preparation, incubation. And this is a typical system of like when you have an idea, you prepare the idea, then you should think out of box, do a brainstorming sort of things, then put it on creativity. It's not basically a magic. See, interestingly, a lot of people, they think that I have some exciting product, I have an exciting invention that will do the wonders. Not necessarily. The known simple approaches, then you bring them, these elements together, they will transform and make a fantastic new idea. So that is very, very important, which you need to look at. It happens by applying the ordinary tools of the thoughts to existing material. Even Ferguson has told that very clearly. So then you do the incubation. 3 steps are done. Incubation. What is incubation? You try to proof of concept, how it works. In the incubation, then you are trying to recreate the things, and then do illumination, solution finding, and then verification. Once you have done that, there are problems in the proof of concept. Do a solution finding, and then do the verification and validation, and then try to be a critical thinking in that whole process. I'm not going in details of this process, but of course, yes, innovative thinking and critical thinking are very, very important. What is critical thinking? It is just the thinking of new things, and its ability to develop new ideas. You're just thinking and discovering new ways of looking to the problems. But if your innovation or innovative thinking, what is you're doing is you're doing the new things and ability to apply this creative solution which you have thought to those problems and opportunities in order to enhance the people's living or enrich or make profit for you. That is where the innovation comes in the creativity. So innovation and critical thinking put together with entrepreneurship, you can build a big business bringing the ideas to life. So I think I'm not going to do how you evaluate the ideas. That can be a part of your learning curricula, but I submit that you should have a curricula in entrepreneurship development from the first year onwards. And please avoid going to the managerial thought process that I have this, I want to manage it. Our strategic way is casual reasoning, but entrepreneurship is effectual reasoning. You are putting the customer orientation, how the customer takes it, and how you imagine how you take it to the next level. Interestingly, a lot of times people say risk. Shall I take risk? The risk of taking a risk is lower than not taking the risk. Very, very powerful statement. If you don't take the risk, If you take the risk, that is much better. If you don't take the risk, the damage is much more. So always don't get worried about this. Another simple thing just want to tell in a minute or so, please don't confuse with innovation and invention. If you talk of the McDonald's, they never invented even hamburger or anything, but they have an innovative changes in the food service in franchising model. Or Ford, Henry Ford, you see in 20th century, he has not discovered the car, but what he has done, he has converted the automobile from an expensive curiosity. People used to be curious, what is that, how it is, and into an accessible or acceptable convenience, which people can buy. So that is where you need to have that thought process. What is the problem, how you're trying to address it, and how you take it to the next level. My appeal to you is, don't restrict yourself to the food business alone. Sometimes I have seen, because generally when I see all these businesses in food related domain, particularly one of the major hub in India is Bangalore. And 30% of the new incubation or new startups are in food, and most of them, or mostly all of them, they don't have a food background. So sometimes in other areas, you may feel more comfortable. So don't worry and don't even restrict yourself in your area. If you find there is opportunity in any other area, solutions are there. So most common mistakes, what you do is thinking that success will come quickly, not understanding the product and market fit is very, very important, not focusing on the quality of the product services, not understanding the competitors, not carefully budgeting and forecasting, and very importantly, not starting in a good way. So to end with, knowledge-based innovation, innovative thinking is a superstar in entrepreneurship. Startup like Uber and Instagram, you see, if you look at their history, they have repurposed the validated business. It is not that something new they have done. They have repurposed which was already there, and they're making. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for delivering a very knowledgeable lecture on entrepreneurship and innovative thinking. Sir, your valuable guidance is definitely helpful to all of us. Once again, thank you very much, sir. Then before going to next speaker, our earlier speaker, Dr. Patil sir, has joined. So I would like to request Patil sir, please continue your lecture and please conclude within 5 to 7 minutes.
Deshmukh?
Yes, sir.
I think we should move to next lecture because we are running short of time.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to share my PPT with these people.
Okay.
So they will see that whatever is required further. That is only about the selection of the technology. That's what I have talked. Nothing more about it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Patil sir.
You can take it as concluded.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir, for your valuable guidance. And then our next speaker is respected engineer Vilas Shinde, chairman and managing director, Sahyadri Pharma Producing Company, Nashik. And sir will delivering the lecture on Indian horticulture sector opportunities, challenges, and way forwards. So before that, I would like to request Dr. Vikram Kad, sir, organizing secretary of this webinar, to introduce our speaker for our participants.
Thank you, Nandlal ji. Our third speaker is Engineer Vilas Vishnu Shinde. Did his BTech and MTech from Mahatma Phule Agriculture University, Rahuri. His MTech specialization is soil, water, and conservation engineering. With his own 2-acre grape orchard, from a small farmer group of 10 farmers, and started grape exporting in year 2004. And in year 2010, he was started Sahyadri Farmer Producer Company Limited at Nashik. Presently, he is working as a MD and chairman of Sahyadri Farmer Producer Company Limited, and he is the successful model of the farmers organization. And this one is owned and operated totally by these farmers, and especially working on the value chain of fruits and vegetables, and especially for small and marginal farmers of the Nashik and then the area is throughout the Maharashtra also. Company is leading grape exporter from India since last 5 years with more than 1,500 containers grape export to Europe, Russia, Middle East area. Under the leadership of engineer Vilas Shinde, this company is connected to more than 10,000 farmers and more than 20,000 acres area under various crop, and aim to reach more than 30,000 small and marginal farmers and over 50,000 acres area in coming period. Vilas ji also received so many awards, in that Vasantrao Naik Agriculture Export Award, Agro1 Smart Farmers Award, Dr. Appasaheb Pawar Progressive Farmer Award, Udyojogta Puraskar, then Apada Grape Export Award, the Nashik Bhushan Award, and then honorary fellow by Indian Horticulture Society, New Delhi. He is also expert member in Central Advisory Committee, member of Food Safety and Standard Authority of India, Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, and also State Agriculture Export Policy, Department of Cooperative and Marketing and Textile Industries, Maharashtra. With this, I request Engineer Vilas Shinde for his talk. Vilas ji.
Good afternoon to all of you. Respected speaker, Dr. R.T. Patil sir, Dr. Mache sir, Dr. Hari More sir, Dr. Pingle sir, Dr. M.G. Shinde sir, and all the participants for this seminar. We are a little bit lagging by time, so I will not take much time. I will try to finish within 15 minutes, whatever the topic given to me. Here actually, I'm not going to speak about Indian horticulture opportunities, specific to Maharashtra horticulture opportunities and way forward. About that, I'm sharing my views. Just last week, I shared this presentation with Honorable Deputy CM of Maharashtra, Agriculture Secretary, Agriculture Minister, Horticulture Minister, and also Honorable Sharad Pawar, along with all the dignitaries of the state government. All were present for that presentation, which happened last week at Sahyadri Guest House in Mumbai. So I'm sharing the same presentation with you, just to aware you about the opportunities and also the way forward for Maharashtra horticulture sector. Maharashtra is well known for different crops. Specifically in cash crops, we know Maharashtra is well known for sugar industry and cotton industry. Both are well-known cash crop in Maharashtra since last 50 years. But in last 30 years period, if you see, the farmers are actually they're trying to move away from these traditional crops, the cash crops, and also the other crops, cereal pulses, towards the horticulture crops. A lot of the new these horticulture crops like grapes, then pomegranate, along with the traditional crops like mango, then citrus, all were grown and tried to establishing Maharashtra since last 30 years. But all these efforts happen at the individual farmers level. Government has promoted in big way since Sharad Pawar Saab's his actual the chief ministership in 1986. During that time, the first scheme under the Rozgar Hami Yojana, the horticulture support crop production support scheme came in Maharashtra for plantation of rain-fed horticulture. And after that, a lot of schemes came in Maharashtra. But after 30 years, if you see the whatever the things happen on production side, against that on processing side or on the marketing side, we could not put the need-based effort, and due to that, we are not in position to really track the opportunities in horticulture sector in Indian market and also in domestic market. The few facts we need to understand why horticulture need to focus in Maharashtra, not only in Maharashtra, but in all the main major central states in India, where the water is the biggest issue. Horticulture crops, all we know that all these crops are having the topmost water use efficiency. Compared to sugarcane, we can have at least 5 to 6 times additional horticulture area with the same water which we are using with the sugarcane. In sugarcane, almost 1 lakh liter per day per acre water is used in most of the area. And against that, in a horticulture crop, with the 10 to 15,000 liter per day per acre also, we can get a very good yield and also the quality, and the crop can be a very good profitability for the small farmers. Then compared to returns with the field crops, horticulture crops, all the horticulture crops are having at least 4 to 10 times better return, and that is the one reason the particularly small farmers, they are actually moving towards the horticulture crops since last 30 years. Employment opportunity is the one major, I think, is one major reason why we need to focus on horticulture. In production side and also on the post-service side, you will see the huge opportunities created in horticulture sector. In grapes only, in Nasik district, around 5 lakh jobs are created due to the grape crops ecosystem on production side, then in the pack house jobs, in supply chain jobs, and on the marketing side. So I think that big this employment opportunity is the one of the main reason we need to focus for horticulture. And the global market opportunity, this is the biggest I think reason which we need to understand for giving the support to horticulture industry. Horticulture crops are the real actual international market potential for Maharashtra and also for the Indian agriculture. All the crops which we have grown in Maharashtra, grapes, then the banana, then citrus, mangoes, and pomegranate, along with the vegetables and also the floriculture, all are having a huge market potential. Domestic market size itself is currently 10 lakh crore. So it is bigger than the milk industry. Compared to, if you compare with the sugar industry size is 1.5 lakh crore. And against that, this all horticulture crops altogether is almost 10 lakh crore. And it is estimated that this market size will reach to 20 lakh crore, almost double. It will be in next 10 years period. So that much is the horticulture industry size only in Indian market. If you see just on the import market size, from 2004, India has started importing the fruits in Indian market. Only 50 lakhs fruits were imported in 2004, and now it is actually that the import market size is reached to 15,000 crore, and the industry has an estimate that it will reach to 50,000 crore in next 10 years period. So the industry, all the overall the horticulture sector is rapidly growing as a market size, and this is happening due to the reason that every consumer is now understanding that he need to focus more on the safe, healthy produce, and that's why actually the consumer pattern is changing from carbohydrates based fruit products to the actually the more nutritious fruit, more protein based products, and that's why the fruit and vegetable consumption is increasing, and that is actually reflecting in the market size. Only in the on the import side, if you see the imported fruit that are like the kiwi, which is actually 10 years back, nobody was aware about the kiwi fruit. But today around 46,000 metric ton kiwi has imported just in last financial year. And apple, almost 2 lakh metric ton, orange around 65,000 metric ton. That much volume has reached into the Indian import market. So there are huge opportunities we can see on the market side. But if you see on the farmer side, there are a lot of issues. As an individual horticulture farmer, he's struggling with his farming to make it farming profitable due to the multiple reasons. The main reason is that the 90% farmers are having just 1 or 2 acre land. So that land is not possible to scale up, as we know that the land prices are increasing heavily due to the different reasons, from the real estate to other reasons. Then the due to his continuous exploitation happening in last 50 years, he's not in position to take risks. He cannot compete in the market. He cannot be informed. Then he cannot be outreach. He cannot wait, and he cannot sustain such a competitive environment. And the most important factor, he cannot negotiate due to his current situation. So due to this, all the exploitation is happening throughout the horticulture sector at small farmers level, and that's the main reason that he's making the continuous losses. So I think this is a common situation with all Indian farmers, but specific to horticulture farmer, we can understand that why this situation is more terrific due to these common reasons, like the perishability, which is the most important challenge in horticulture sector. All the horticulture crops are perishable, same like milk. But along with perishability, another challenge is seasonality. Most of the horticulture crops are seasonal. They are not year-round products. Milk is a perishable, but it is also a year-round product. So to create a solution in milk is comparatively easy when we compare it with the fruit and vegetable. Then in horticulture crops, we don't have the minimum support price by government, and that is not possible in future also. As in horticulture crops, due to perishable nature, prices are continually fluctuating based on the supply-demand situation. So it's very difficult to get minimum support price from government or any organization. Then the scattered supply chain is the one big issue in domestic market between farmer and consumer. You can see at least 7 to 8 layers from one market to another market, from wholesale trader to then the local trader, retailers, also on the commission agent at least 2-3 levels. So all these due to the multiple layers and due to the scattered supply chain, farmer is not connected with the consumer, and that's one reason to make the losses at the farm level. The lot of studies actually they give the data that if the consumer is paying 100 rupees in India for horticulture product, farmer is getting only 25 out of this 100 rupees. So the 75 rupees is actually going in other stakeholders' hand, and only 25% is coming in the farmer's hand. And I think if you compare with milk, the situation is completely different. Making milk due to the continuous effort with the Amul movement or the NWS movement happen since last 6 years, 60 years. In milk, you will see at least 60% is going in farmer's hand. And in the case of some organized chains like Amul, almost 80% of the consumer's price is going in farmer's hand. So this situation in horticulture definitely is one big challenge from the farmer's angle. Then insurance related problems, lot of whatever the schemes available currently are all weather based schemes, and all the weather data is not actually having that much accuracy, and also it is not a plot specific or farm specific data, and due to that then whatever the schemes are offered to the farmers, they are not giving the right actual benefits to the farmer, and also not giving to the security to the farmer. So it's always a blaming game between farmer, insurance company, and the government. Then the weak finance system, accurate data issue, and then the inadequate technology. So all these are the issues which I think all are making the farmer situation more and more deprived. So I think if you understand these challenges, then you can also understand the opportunities. As a student, if you think from the positive mind, the challenges means there is a problem, and if there is a problem, it means there is an opportunity. So I think with this, if you understand this industry, that there are a huge market potential. One side, the consumer is moving towards this all the horticulture products, whether it is in fresh form or in the processed form, and also on another side, farmer is actually preferring all these crops due to whatever the water use efficiency issue or the land size, also expecting the better return. So there is a need of both the main stakeholder, farmer and consumer, to grow this horticulture industry in the coming future. But due to these multiple challenges, this is not actually happening in the right direction. In India, in the last 30 years, whatever the efforts we took for this horticulture sector, whether it's at central government's level or at the state government's level, main focus was on production side. Whatever the government incentive schemes we saw in 30 years period, or also the universities approach, also the research institutes approach, and also the farmers approach, all were focused on the production side to improve the productivity, to improve the quality. On that side, a lot of focus was given in last 30 years period, but we wish to give support on the post-service side, also on market side. We never thought to create proper market linkages. Also, we never thought to create proper brands in horticulture crops. Dr. R.T. Patil sir has just given his thought on the different processing opportunities. The small, whether it is a small level entrepreneurship or on the proper organized ecosystem, we have not seen a lot of actual such examples in fruit and vegetable sector. And I think that is the main factor, that the only focus on production side and missing on the post-service and marketing side. I think that is the one major issue. Due to that, horticulture sector is not growing in the right direction. If you see on the global prospect, there are so many such ecosystems. As Dr. Mache has given his view on the ecosystem, that the ecosystem of a particular commodity, particular actual that the product with the integrated way, that is the actual need of our Indian agriculture and specifically in Indian horticulture. So the examples like our own example like Amul in India, or the examples like the few from the globe, specifically in horticulture, the examples like JSP, Washington, Dole, all are well-known brands from the different part of the country, globe. And all these are actually showing the right path for the Indian farmers. JSP, which is owned by the kiwi farmers in New Zealand, this organization is almost 50,000 crore business. And so New Zealand, we know that this is a very small country, only with the 75 lakh population, and out of that, only 4% farmers, they are doing the farming. Still, they are making such big business through the New Zealand. The kiwi product, the JSP kiwi, which is now available at every city or every small town of India also. So they are making almost 50,000 crore business through a small crop. So kiwi, which is actually nobody was aware about this product 10 years back, but now this is a well-known fruit, and lot of Indian consumers are also, they are buying kiwi as a healthy fruit, and for that they are paying 200 rupees kg also. And against that, the lot of Indian fruits which are having the same potential, which are having same health benefits from our avla, bear, or covered, or chiku. All these products, the farmers are selling at 10 rupees, 20 rupees in Indian market, and consumer is also buying at only at 30, 40 rupees, not more than that. So we can understand where is actually the things are missing. So we never thought about making our products as a brand. We never thought about creating the complete ecosystem. We never thought about the along with production, post-harvest, and then the marketing is also our responsibility. And due to this, actually, we are missing the opportunities. Like JSP, there are some few other well-known brands from the horticulture sector. Fruit Master, this is also one good example which Indian farmers and specifically Maharashtra farmers, they need to understand from the small country in New Zealand. This Fruit Master company, which is also a cooperative of apple and pear farmers. It is 8,000 crore business company. In Europe, this is a well-known company, and also now in other part of the world also, they are marketing their product. Dole, Chiquita, Washington, these are some private companies. But if you see this, only one single product, banana, is also having the 10,000 crore business at one company level. Dole is making at least 10,000 crore revenue from only banana. Pineapple is another Dole's main product. Through that, they are creating 8,000 crore business. So the one single crop, which is actually having the huge business opportunities, all are established in global market, particularly in USA and Europe. So we need to replicate such story in Maharashtra also. So along with our main crops, grapes, then the mangoes, bananas, pomegranate, and onion, and also the citrus, we also need to focus all other our indigenous fruits. All these crops, every crop is having a huge potential, whether it is on the production side or on the processing side, and also on the marketing side. Just as an example, if you see the opportunities in banana compared to Philippines and compared to Ecuador, India is having a huge export potential in particularly in the Gulf market region, where we can reach within 4 days from JNPT to any Arabic countries port, and Philippines is taking at least 16 days to reach up to Gulf market. and the Ecuador, they are taking at least 30 days to reach to Gulf market. So distance-wise, India is a preferred destination for the Gulf market. Also, price-wise, it is a better option for the Gulf market. But still, they are buying Philippines product, or they are buying Ecuador product, and only due to the reason of on the quality side, the product which the consumer is actually expecting, that is spotless banana. So farmer is missing on that side. They are just growing banana. India is actually the topmost number one production in banana. But on the quality side, we are not having that much focus. On the post-service side, there is no proper systems. And that is the main reason that though we are a number one in production, but on the market side, we have very limited share. We just have 0.1% share in the international market. And that is you can understand there are huge opportunities on the trade side, on the creating the post-service different solutions, whether it is in the form of some packaging material, in the form of some proper post-service care solutions, or on the logistics side. There are multiple business opportunities. So same thing is with the pomegranate, same is with the mangoes, same with our indigenous fruits from the panas, sidapal, chiku, multiple fruits which are just on the corner of any farm. Actually, all these products from the sidapal or the panas, also even the covered, bear, all these fruits, we need to now explore as an industry in the form of fresh and also in the form of a processed product. So lot of technologies which we are actually learning in the college, whether it is in the form of processed product or in the form of any post-service technologies, all now need to create into a business, and through that you will get the huge opportunities in coming years period. So one thing which I need to focus here, that in the horticulture sector, the main factor which we miss is the integration. In the last 30 years period, as I already said, that the main focus was on the production side, but on the post-service side, on the marketing side, we never thought about the integration. When we are talking about processing, we thought we actually talk only about the processing. When we are talking about fresh, we are talking only about the fresh. We need to actually integrate all the needs at one point. If the product is coming from the farm, and the farmer, though he is focusing on the some standard quality, only of the topmost quality, but still as a product is a natural, so multiple quality standards product will come from the farm. So obviously on all that product he has to sell. So how we can get the maximum relation to that product, how we can create the maximum value through the available grades. I think on that line, then the marketing strategy, on that line, then the post harvest strategy need to build. At one point, if the farmer is getting the solution for all his grades, the solution should be in the way that he should get the maximum relation, and also he should get the some minimum support price, which government is not offering, but that the processing industry and the integrated solution at one point definitely they can create this solution for the farmer with the proper handling of the product as per the market need, and also as per the grade coming from the farm. So the integrated approach between the production, post-service and marketing, and then the efficient post-service solution for the horticulture crops. So this is the need of our, and on that line now we need to think for all our crops grown in Maharashtra. This is a great example of the integrated approach. The Pome Wonderful, this company has established in USA around 12 years back. And from the beginning, actually, they thought on the integrated business model. So around they put around 6,000 acres of pomegranate production area with their own farm, and also with the some these farms. And then along with that 6,000 acre, they also put the processing industry, where all the product is handling fresh form. The pomegranate is available in fresh form. Then also at the same facility, then surplus production is converted into juice. Some C-grade product is converted into some fresh aerial and then also some other pomegranate products. Even the skin of the product, pomegranate, that is also utilized for some value-added products. Some cosmetic products are extracted from that skin. So whatever the fruit is coming from the farm, it is handled in such a way that the maximum value is created at one point, and the consumer is also getting different choice. So one product, the raw material is one, but the consumer products are at least 10. So this is the actual integrated approach, and all this is happening at one company level. In India, it is not possible to replicate same story, as we know that such farm size is not possible in India. But to bring together, if we are bringing together 2,000 farmers with 2-acre, 3-acre land and creating the same scale, we can replicate same story in India also. I think this is the actual learning which we need to understand in coming years period. So, the meaning of the integration is you can also say in the evaluation way, that the valuation approach where integration is happening between the farmer and the consumer, and with the different interventions at farm level, interventions at some product value addition level, and also at the sales and marketing level. So all these interventions are independently also are having one independent business opportunity. And altogether, if the one ecosystem is created with the one product or with the one cluster, with this valuation approach, definitely that will create a big impact in coming years period. So the people from the university, from the government, or from the farmers who are the part of this all industry ecosystem, they need to think that now integration and valuation is actually the future mantra to make our farmer and also our overall Maharashtra horticulture sector successful. So the model now everybody is aware about the Sahyadri model, that how the Sahyadri model has created in last 10 years period. The farmers they started coming together, and under the modern cooperative format, the farmer producer company. Now these farmers are they are actually made their collaborative, and under that then the further the product and then the market aggregator as a main producer company. Now this model has created that the success story of grape farmers, and now also the other horticulture farmers. The same model now actually is need to replicate in Maharashtra state and also in other part of the country to make the horticulture sector globally sustainable and also competitive. Recently, National Horticulture Board, they has launched a scheme on the same concept based on the success of the Sahyadri model, and also with the understanding of this integrated and valuation approach. Now, in the coming years period, throughout the India, almost 52 different horticulture cluster integrated this scheme will be implemented, where the horticulture these 52 horticulture crop valuations will be created with the government's support, and also the local farmers their collective initiatives. Digitalizations is I think is now is also one important factor in agriculture. Now everybody understands the importance of technology, particularly digital technology. Whatever the problems, the traditional problems we know in agriculture, all now we can definitely solve through the proper digitalized solutions, whether it is on the side of market transparency or on the consumer side traceability and different stakeholders issues, processing industries, storage industries, certification things, or credit finance things. All these solutions, and also integrating the different stakeholders with the proper data. I think all this is possible with the proper digitalizations. So a lot of new startups are coming on the digital solution sides. So our students also need to understand these opportunities, and for that, if they are taking in initiatives, definitely there is a huge future for digitalized technology in agriculture. As if you say in one point, what is the solution for Indian agriculture? Technology, then the talent and the capital, how we can bring in agriculture. This is the actual need. And on that line, now our students need to think that the talent and the technology, if is coming in passionately in agriculture, Then the capital is also, we can, capital is also definitely, it comes in the this sector in huge way. So we need to think on that line. So the vision which I kept before the all the dignitaries at state level, that for the 2050, we need to think on this line in Maharashtra state, that how we can create a globally recognized horticulture crop brands from Maharashtra. And for that, 300 farmer-owned value chains need to establish in coming periods. We need to focus on research and development for market-oriented products. End-to-end digitized supply chains is the way of forward. Then huge investment from the government side, also from the private side, and also from the farmer is now need to come in post-service and marketing side. So we are expecting that at least 60,000 crore investment will come in next 10 years period in horticulture sector through different channels, through the government's different schemes, and also through the private funds, and also from the farmer collectives. In the coming years period. So this is the actual the expected revenue and the employment numbers. This is all actually the estimated numbers, but I'm very much sure about this number, that in next 10 years period, the horticulture industry itself will be bigger than the overall agriculture of Maharashtra state. Currently, we have 2.4 crore lakh crore turnover in Indian Maharashtra agriculture, but in horticulture, only in horticulture, it will reach to that level. So I think this is the potential which we need to understand from the horticulture sector. So if you think about the overall this potential, and also if you understand all the challenges, and behind that challenges there is an opportunity. I think there is a huge potential for individual career. So a student now need to think on this line. This is just one line statement which everybody need to keep his mind, that this is the coming 30 years future for the Maharashtra state. Farmer would globally competitive, cluster approach horticulture cross specific value chains. In this one statement, you will find multiple opportunities, multiple I think the future for the multiple people. So I think the agriculture engineers or the any agriculture graduates, they now need to think that this is the sector which is becoming like the IT sector for the next 10 years. The new opportunities in the form of employment, in the form of entrepreneurships, you will see multiple opportunities in horticulture sector. This is the, I think, one line statement which you need to take from this presentation. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for delivering a very knowledgeable lecture on Maharashtra horticulture sector, opportunities, challenges, and way forwards. So, sir, your valuable guidance definitely helpful to all of us. Once again, thank you very much. Now, our last speaker is Engineer Santosh Karale, proprietor Nihara Food Engineering, Pune. And sir will delivering lecture on startup in food industry. So before that, I would like to request Engineer S.C. Patil sir, joint organizing secretary of this webinar, to introduce our speaker for our participants.
Thank you, Dr. Deshmukh sir. So hello everyone. It's my great pleasure for me to introduce our last speaker, Engineer Santosh Karale sir. Sir has completed his BTech from MPKV Rahuri in 1994, and he's completed his MTech in specialization with food process engineering from Udaipur in 1996. Santosh sir is a director of Nihira Food Engineering LLP, which is based at Pune. Sir has more than 20 years of experience in food processing sector, particularly in the fruits and vegetable processing. In past, sir has worked at Saudi Arabia, where he installed the 2 new factories for manufacturing of food products and cosmetics. He has also worked at the Mapro Food Private Limited for 15 years, where he worked at every level with all the departments like engineering, production, purchase, and operation, etc. From last 6 years, sir has working with the Nihira Food Engineering as a director. The Nihira Food manufactures process equipment, packaging machinery, and complete food processing plant. So thank you. Please join me in welcoming the Santosh sir.
Hello,
Over to you, sir.
am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon to all the dignitaries in this seminar. As the time is too short for me, so I will not go in details. All the respected members in this seminar, and thankful to the organization committee that has taken the lead, and every time they take the lead for especially the Rahuri to give some extra mileage to our students of the Rahuri. I am thankful to those are involved in the organizing this seminar. I'm going to say something today for the young students, and the two students are the centric to this my talk and my views next few minutes. I can say how we started, or how the Nirapur engineering startup has happened. It is similar, the new entrepreneurs, those are coming up from these schools. It is a similar way. We have, when I was working with the Macro Foods Private Limited in Mahabaleshwar, we have purchased so many equipments, so many machineries for the food processing. And during that, we understand the machines has to be localized. Machine operation has to be localized. So without that, our processes cannot fulfill. Every company has its own process of handling the food and processing the food, so that cannot be fulfilled. So what we do, we have started altering the machines at our end, because when we buy the machine from China, Europe, that machine directly cannot be fulfill our requirements. Some changes we need to do it. So we have started some workshop, and that workshop is turned into the this Miracle engineering. That was the opportunity in the last 10 years back. That was the opportunity. We have grabbed it, and we have. But today we have more than 50 plus equipments and machineries on our portfolio. These are the few list, all the plants, all the areas we cater, like fruit jams plants, tomato ketchup, fruit juices, multiple purping plants, fresh syrup lines, fruit jelly candy lines like Faleros. And now the trend is come to 45 vitamin, 45 candies. This is a very big trend in the world. It's coming up. So huge markets available for the machinery manufacturer and food products manufacturer as well. The hardware candy confectionery is also gaining a good success nowadays, especially for the functional candies. Cake premix is also a big market available. Sauces and mayonnaise machinery market is huge. Then the chocolate coated nuts, glaze, the cake toppings, and of course the I can say the modified atmosphere packaging is gaining a big market in the Indian sweet. As you can say, if you visited recently Pune or Mumbai, you can find the Chitalis brand entirely converted his traditional marketing to the new format of the marketing, as he put his product to his outlet, either or his franchise outlet, or it can be on the any direct market or the grocery shops. But it is not limited now, because of the technology is not limited to the only sweet markets or sweet shops. So it is come out of the sweet shops, and there is a huge market and opportunity has been created. So with this, I can say now what our student can do, why our students are not taking part in entrepreneurships. As traditionally, traditionally, we in the universities, our education systems, we always thought, okay, we don't want to take a risk, and we go to first preferences, go to some IIS or MPSC or some competitive exams, or 1 or 2% students get into the IIM, some goes to abroad, some goes to the from agriculture students or agriculture engineer, they go to the software industry also. So this traditional way of getting the service or getting the jobs is no more limitations now. Huge opportunities in Indian market, as world is grabbing, other companies are grabbing. So why not our students can grab? So when I have traveled in Far East, Europe, and in length and breadth of China, understand that China and India is more or less similar things happening, but then why they are extra mile to us? Only because they have created the entire ecosystem of skill. They have taken the opportunity of their population and converted their number of hours into the productivity. So production has happened there. So productivity has happened. Every hands they put on the jobs, every hands. There is no students, there is no person, there is nobody is sitting on the katta and discussing and gossiping there. There is no time for them. Everybody is working. 99.99% women are working there. And you can see the situation we see in India. The women empowerment is a little bit less. The women are working only a limited areas, but things are changing, of course. That's why I say there is a huge opportunity, huge vacuum is available in India for the jobs, for the entrepreneurships, for everything you go. When we talk about the especially food processing area, I can share my next slide. The vacuum available.
Hello, Kanade sir. Hello.
Yes.
Make in a PowerPoint mode, full screen.
I'm sorry. Okay. Now it's okay. Yeah. So India, 5 to 7% at the most, I can say. Maybe in certain pockets there may be a 10%, as in Maharashtra, maybe a 10% of packaged food available. Whereas European, Far East, Japan, wherever you go, Australian continent, you can find more than 80% is you can get the packaged foods. And grocery shops are flooded with the new innovations. Whereas you can see our grocery shops are starved. Demands are there, very huge demands are there, but they are starved. Demand, you can say the big bazaar, you can you can say the Reliance, you can say the Delhi Tata Delhi. So everybody is starving. There is small, and then the kind of varieties, the kind of food is not available in the other countries. So there is huge vacuum available for our students to go into the entrepreneurships and start their own. When we talk about the entrepreneurship, if we have a time from 22 years, if he is coming out, 22 years to 30 years, we have 7 year total time, and they put all the 7 years into either competitive exam, either finding some small jobs or doing something else. So they are not thinking out of the box. So we need to think out of the box, get some experience for 2 years, 22 to 15 or 25 years. And then once we have experience, I say we don't need money to start entrepreneurships. Money has always follows. But if you have certain things, if you have your innovations, if you have your thoughts clear for the starting of the any product line, any service, any value-added value chain, so definitely nobody will stop you from there. A lot of people have a lot of money. They are behind you. They are behind your concepts. If you show them, if you present the concept, they are going to put the money in your concepts. So why don't our students should consider, they should come up with good ideas, learn it, get some experience, study that ideas, and go into the investor, and then start their own in no time. By the time of the 27 year or 30 year, definitely I say they will be financially strong. They will be financially settled. That is not the case right now. So they need to reconsider the think of from the traditional way of searching the job to the entrepreneurships. So I can say the next slide also the similar way. This is the forest picture where the lot of foods, even vegetables, every vegetable is packed. There is no vegetable is you find on the shelf that is unpacked. So this huge opportunity. Many farmers, many group of farmers are coming to me, and they're asking for the machineries to pack this. Now this trend is changing in some cities in India to do such a kind of packaging for the vegetables, for the fruits, and for the other processed products. So definitely there is a huge gap. So what I mean to say with this slide, there is a gap between the present, the availability and the opportunity. So there is big opportunity. So grab this. Now, what are the recent startup in 1 or 2 last years? There is a pandemic, and then a lot of, hundreds of startup has started during this, and they have taken a lot of initiatives to put, from traditional food to new supply chain. From the new supply chain, they have directly to the consumer pallets, and all the foods they have rooted to the way of the pandemic time. So they have reach the all products to the doorstep of the consumer during this period. So they find the opportunity, grab it, and they made the money. So during that, there's so many new, like falafel factory, Tongo, Spoon Joy, Dine Out, small startups, they grow big. The the food deliveries, and every startup you can list here has unique concept, has their own parameters, own different innovations and innovative concepts with this. So, for example, I can take the cloud kitchen as an example. In Pune, just our area, there is one of the cloud kitchen they are working it. So they have 4 brands, and their growth is phenomenal. That growth during this period is so much. I think it's more than 15 to 20% growth month on month. I'm going to see year on year, month on month happening. So everybody like to take this food to their doorsteps. So cloud kitchen, this idea of cloud kitchen is happening greatly. Then the Mr. Milk. The Mr. Milk has started 2 years back, is my customer. He A2 milk products. So he started the A2 milk product, but he thought that he had 1,000 animals, cows, but then these cows from the milk, he don't get so much money that he thought that A2 products he can put into the market, and then he converted complete market like A2 ghee. So this ghee is selling 3,000 to 4,000 rupees a kilo. So you see the 500 kilo to 3,000 rupees a kilo. This A2 ghee is available today in the market. So that is the power of brand you can establish, and the power of your innovations. Like education is a type of cloud kitchen. You can get superfood. Now many of from Hyderabad and from Delhi, Indore, my customers, they are into the fortified jelly candy business. So small children, they are lacking of the vitamins. So vitamins, how can they get the vitamins? So everybody started manufacturing jelly candies with the fortified vitamins. And this business last 6 months is growing really to the very high level, more than, I think, this more than 5,000 crores rupees business within no time. So then there is ready to eat food. There is banana, Cavendish banana flour. Nobody is thought about it, but in the south, you can see the Cavendish banana flour is available on the market and it's getting the good mileage. The Kagome food from Japan, he entered into the market, is the Nashik. Now he is purchasing everything from the best product like tomato paste from our friends, and then he is selling his tomato products and derivatives into the Indian market. So there is good availability, but the innovation is with them. So they have the innovations and they are making money out of it. So why not our students can come out with the such innovations and then sell the product? It doesn't require so much money. I mean, Kagome has small plant, but the basic ingredient plant he don't have, and he don't like even to establish that plant. No investment he's doing for the plant establishment, only the marketing and the service he is doing. The frozen bottle is again is a good example of this. Wasame food is a healthy snacks, the bars and everything they are doing. This all these few startups recently happened are the customers, and they are doing very well. And this idea, innovations come out of the box, and they are established now. So in the similar fashion, our student also can do this. So there are two ways. One to have the disruptive concept of going into the market, and I can say the second way of doing my next slide, doing the specific, you can say the clean label products. So when we say the startup by disruptive concept, so it is when the pandemic period is there. So like in Pune, for example, every street you can find before the lot of fresh juices. It's unhealthy. I mean, it's not hygienically packed, but it's available in every nook and corner. But now the guys have come up with such a packaging that they can every day deliver the fresh juices to nooks and corner in the Pune. They can do it. So that triggers, the healthy energy drinks. So the market is available, but when we are not reaching to the market, so there is no market. So once we reach to the market, there is availability. Of course, there is availability. So there is a kind of opportunity, and that disturb the other juice markets. You can see the cloud kitchen. I have given the example how the cloud kitchen is working. So there are so many cloud kitchens working in India. But very near to us, there is a biryani by kilo. Is the 4-5 brands they are operating today, and you can see this is the concept gaining a tremendous popularity in the consumer market. So this is again the example of cloud kitchen, Crimson, and then bakery is manufacturing bakery products, whereas Pitasi is the finest variety of the pizzas. There's varieties of pizza available with these cloud kitchens, and entire system they have. I mean, they have developed their you can say the markets and the supply chain with the Zomato and the Swiggy, and there is a centralized kitchen. And when I visited, their approaches to make the robots for manufacturing most of their products. They are putting at least 500 crores to manufacture robotics, to manufacture their pizzas, their other biryanis, and their other food products. So see the what kind of technologies now in demands in the market, but whether we are instrumental in providing that, or whether we are geared to provide these technologies. So technologies available in India? No, I can say no. Still, we have to take the base robots, the basic robots from Europe market, develop it for the specifics and deliver to the customer. So this, but customers are there. Customers are there in our vicinity, and we don't have technology, we don't have machinery to provide them. So this is opportunity. So there are thousands, hundreds and thousands of opportunity available today for the process engineer, agriculture engineer, food processing engineer to go into market, and that doesn't require the money. My example I give, I have no single money, but I started. I get the money from my customer, ask him to invest in his machine, deliver the machine, and get my full amount, and then that money I reinvested and started again. So this is how you also can do it. So there are so many opportunities. Grab it. So one of my client in Solapur, he is actually, this entire thing is covered by my friend Vilas. He also, in the similar fashion, he is developing the entire portfolio of the pomegranate, as a pomegranate rich belt, Solapur, and he is having a good access to the supply chain procurement of the pomegranate. So he has developed his entire system. Now he's in the market, and every part of the pomegranate he is today processing. Even skin, then the dried areas, then the juice, then the fresh areas, and the fresh pomegranate. Everything he put into the market. So all this is available now, and many people coming forward to such innovations. So these are the things, innovative approach are available, and now people are there to serve to the rising consumers in these sectors. Then I can talk about the 1 minute for the clean label products. Nowadays, after this year, or maybe, the people are asking for the clean labels. What is the clean label? It's a simple thing. It's just a product which are very few ingredients. There is no functional ingredients, so many, few ingredients, and like sweeteners, color, flavor, and which categories in the two. There is the primary ingredients and secondary ingredients, like fewer ingredients without chemical names, no artificial additives, and secondary ingredients categories are the natural, organic, and non-GMO. So this is the concept are gaining tremendous popularity in consumer market. People are ready to pay the price for these clean label products. Most of the European countries have started this concept, but India is also now in next 1 or 2 years is going to establish this type of the clean label concept, and product will be available. There are quite few companies are coming forward to establish their clean label product. In fact, one of from the Pune, we are working with him for the clean label products. There are requirements for the aflatoxin-free milk in the market, but whether we are getting the aflatoxin-free milk, no, the availability is not here. Consumer forced to buy anything available in the markets. If somebody is putting the aflatoxin-free milk, so he will definitely get advantage of that, and he get the marketing to it. But 1 or 2 companies started recently, and they are selling very well. So these are the innovative concept. One can look at into it and start their own business. So this time is, I think, okay, I'll take another 2 to 3 minutes. So when I say to young guys for the first to 4th year, and when they finish the 4th year, maybe after the MTech, you should, if you don't have the money, do not bother. If you are really keen about going to the competitive exam, you go. But you always think about the skill development, what skill in your hand, you develop that skill. That skill is required. If you have a skill, then you have a tag in you have a tag of skilled person. If you don't have a skill, nobody will ask you, nobody will entertain you anywhere. You will find frustrated. So just gain a skill. Anything. You have a skill of doing some machinery, you have a skill of doing some food processing, you have a skill of doing anything. You get the skill. To get the skill, you should have come into the industry, get the skill, and then go back to the industry or start your own. So for that, only 4 or 5 things are required. Knowledge is required. So you have to search for the knowledge for that specific field. Concepts are required. The concept I have just explained you, the few concepts like the cloud kitchen and everything. There's skills. You need the good association. Your friends and your associates are so good. So you when you call, you should get the help out of it. So association matters. So if you want to develop yourself, your association has to be developed. And all of the above, I can say, you should have the courage. Don't worry. You should have the courage. The courage is the step to take the risk. Take the risk. Nothing will happen. If you are getting 1,000 or 100 crore, 1 crore or half a crore loan, and you are not going to pay, nothing will going to happen. So you will get another 2 crore, and then you will start again. So you should courage to start the business. You shouldn't go back and forth for the 2-3 years, and then you think after 3 years you think, oh no, it's not possible, and how can we do it? And you stop everything and go into and start your career in corporate company and land to the 50 years and then stop it. That is not satisfaction. So courage to act immediately and get into your own business. So next, what are the takeaway from these things? So invest into your knowledge and skill. Whatever money you have, don't invest into the market. You are not mature enough at this age, 22 to 30, not mature. You invest into your skill. Whatever you have, your father and mother have, or what we can do it, we invest into your skill and the flourish your skill. So just give some extra mile to your skill. Don't give up. Don't give up any time. Don't stop your process. You find your ecosystem, you can develop yourself. Do not waste your time with government scheme. There are so many government schemes are available, plenty. I mean, there is endless schemes are available. But then if you go into that, if that schemes are coming to you by your means of your CAs or your associates or simple ways, then it's okay, without wasting any time. There are some schemes are available. Those can incubators and the venture capitalists and then government fundings. And few good schemes are there by the central and by state government. If it is easily, take it. If it is not easily, so find the private investors. It's a very easy way to do that. The reinvest into your own business. Do not pump any money from your business. Which take it very serious. This sentence. Do not pump initially any money from your business. Invest into the people. Invest your people. Those are working with you. Invest into them. Do not invest so fancy things. Invest into the people. People are going to build your company. So these are the takeaways for the today. Thank you very much for giving the opportunity, and I hope this will continue by this organizing committee for the next level. Thank you, Rose.
Thank you very much, Santosh Karale sir, for your nice presentation, and definitely our student work on that particular aspect and go ahead. Now time for interaction of a student with our all these expert. Now I request our students, those are in this particular webinar, if any doubt, please ask. Nandlal.
Sir, yes, sir. Till only 2 to 3 questions issued from our participants. So I request all the esteemed experts. We will take these questions one by one. First one of our participants wants to know about Kadha.
What is that?
Know about the Kadha.
Acha, Kada.
Yes.
Kada, see, during this pandemic, the Ayush department, the Department for Health from the government, they have distributed Kada, which consists of many of our spices. आपल्या घरातही आपण काढा पितो आणि त्या काढ्याचे इन्ग्रेडियंट्स आपल्याला माहिती असतील तर मग आपल्याला देखील स्मॉल स्केल वर ते स्टार्ट करून लोकांना रेडीली अवेलेबल करून देता येईल. हॉटेलवाल्यांमध्ये काही हॉटेलवाल्यांनी देखील काढा डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करायला सुरुवात केली. जस्ट लाईक ब्लॅक टी or tea, they were distributing Kada, and this time of Kada will be there still for next 2 years. I think the pandemic has not gone, so this is a good opportunity for going to manufacturing the Kada and marketing it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Some of the people commercialize that Kada also.
Yes, yeah,
Yes,
that is
sir.
an opportunity. Some people have already taken it.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Then next, one of our participants want to know about the garlic drying and garlic processing machine.
I think I have told in that one. It is developed at Udaipur Center of our AICRP on PhD. If I think your processing department can help you to get those machines if you are interested, or they might be even there in the university for demonstration.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Can I interrupt it? The garlic peeling and the garlic entire process machines available in few companies in Pune. They can go and see direct demonstration. There is very small machines available, and the kind of output is fantastic. So anybody can write to me, and I will give the connection. I can connect with the right guy.
Okay, sir. Thank you. The next one of our participants asked about the types of internship for 4th year, which will increase the entrepreneurship skills.
Actually, internship like Karale Sahab's factory, that will be the best place to go and spend time to learn about the machines and their manufacturing. Another thing is that at institutions like CIAE and CFET, they have some 3 days or 4 days programs. In fact, during my tenure as director, I had received some students, those who were in the 3rd year or 4th year, and they wanted to learn about it, which will help them in their project in final year. So if you are interested, these two institutions also can provide you the training on particular technology or the basket of technology.
Okay, sir.
So I little added to that. In Pune, we have established a new facility for the modified atmosphere. Entire lab is available, and any student can come and spend some time in the lab. We have every equipment available to test any number of products. More than 50 products can be tested in our lab. So recently started modified atmosphere lab. They can take the advantage and they learn something, because it is gaining really good popularity in the Indian sweet market. Huge markets available for the modified atmosphere, and also they can learn, taste, and come out of the specific parameters, and they go into the market. So that I can provide freely access to them.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir. Then one of our participants asked about the subsidies. What are the subsidies provided by government to start agri entrepreneurship?
Like Mr. Karale said, don't run behind the subsidies. If you have some fire in you, if you have some idea with you, you start with the small scale and reinvest in your own things. Once you are established, the subsidy people will follow you. They will request you to take the money.
Okay, sir.
Otherwise, there are many schemes for subsidies. But once you go into that one, then you will lose the interest in going into the business or enterprise.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. One more question. Any non-thermal processing which is optional to HPP and easy to viable in India?
There are many non-thermal processing methods are available, but whether they are really needed for your product. You start with thermal processes, which are traditional processes. They also give the good quality product, and only when you have a specific demand for that, you go for non-thermal processing. There are simple non-thermal processings are available. That is, you can see in the literature. There are many.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. One of our students ask about the after completion of BTech, then go for MTech or set up a business.
I think setting up our business will be best thing to do. If you can, you can have an idea during 3rd year and maybe brood on it for the 4th year and get some experience in the college itself. It's better to go for the business. And once you go for business, your work experience is the best qualification for higher studies.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
I again add to this, sir. One of my nephew, he recently completed his mechanical department in value from the energy department actually, and he got the MS to America. But then when he come to us, then he said, I will not choose the going to the America. I will choose going to work with you in our small industry for the machine manufacturing, for the food and pharmaceutical, and use these 2-3 years to gain actual knowledge and start my own company at the age of 27. So he started with us now. So this is the practical example. And his guy is having his score, I think 9.9 in the Vellore Institute. So this is also a case. I mean, students are more focusing on the entrepreneurship.
And we are hearing many news that IIM's graduates, they are not accepting 1 crore package also and then going for their own business. That is the entrepreneurship or startup.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Many participants ask or request for presentations. So
Yeah, I think it is there with you. You can share it with them, or if they write to us, we will send the presentation to them.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. All the questions in chat box are over. So we are now at the end of our webinar. Okay. And I would like to, Dr. Kurt, sir, we go for vote of thanks.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
More, sir.
Okay. I would like to request respected Dr. H.G. More, sir, President of Alumni Association and convener of this webinar to propose vote of thanks. Hello, More sir, please unmute yourself.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
Can you listen me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Can you hear me? Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Well, good afternoon. And at the end of this webinar, developing entrepreneurship and employability of students in food processing industry, I have been asked to propose vote of thanks. I feel this is a privilege and opportunity to say a few words in this webinar. As we always have the support of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Prashant Kumar Patil, who is a patron of our alumni and Honorable Vice Chancellor of Mahatma Phule Agricultural University, on behalf of CAST project and on behalf of our alumni association, I am extremely grateful to our Honorable Vice Chancellor for the guidance, for the support and the motivation we receive from him. So I thank Dr. P.G. Patil for his guidance and motivation. I think he could not attend today's webinar because of his busy schedule. Thank you very much, sir. It is also, I feel it is my duty, a very pious duty, to thank all these today's speakers. They are very eminent speakers, known in their field, and they have given very scintillating and thought-provoking seminars, lectures today. The first was Dr. Ramchandra Patil, who is a fourth batch student of Dr. Anna Sahib Shinde College of Agriculture, Engineering and Technology, and he is an ex-director, CIFET Central Institute of Post-Harvest Engineering and Technology, Ludhiana. And he is always very enthusiastic and always accepts and gives his consent for such type of webinars. And it is really very great pleasure to listen him. And he is very keen to guide our students, particularly the students of BTech and MTech Agricultural Engineering. And he spoke on the small entrepreneurship development, and he gave examples of garlic, onion, tomato, leafy vegetables, banana, moorings and all. And he has given how small idea can be developed into a big business. So he said, start with small and then grow with your ideas. So he has shown many innovative machines. Thank you, Dr. R.T. Patil. Thank you very much for your very thought-provoking and very knowledgeable lecture today. Next speaker was Dr. Rajeshwar Mache, again our alumni and chief scientist, food packaging technology and professor at CFTRI, Mysore, which is a very famous institute, research institute, and which has developed so many technologies. And Dr. Rajendra Mache, who spoke on innovative ideas and thinking and how to develop the ecosystem. He gave one example, waterless bath. It was very interesting, and he has, he spoke about very different ideas, how these big people, industrialists like Tata and Ambani's, they became big industrialists because they focused their consumer, their clients. That is what he said, that you have to think about your consumers. Thank you very much, Dr. Rajeshwar Mache, for sparing your valuable time and giving a very valuable guidance. Our third speaker was Engineer Vilas Shinde. He's chairman and managing director of Sahyadri. Now he needs no introduction. Actually, now he is known all over Maharashtra and India now. And he spoke about horticultural sector, the facts and opportunities. And he always speaks about the value chain in all the crops, horticultural crops particularly. And I would like to thank Dr. Vilas Shinde for his very interesting, knowledgeable, and sharing his experiences and wisdom with all the participants today. Thank you very much, Dr. Engineer Shinde. Our fourth speaker was Engineer Santosh Karale. Again, our student, our alumni. All these are our alumni. We are very proud of them. And today, Engineer Santosh Karai, he accepted our invitation to speak on startups in food industry. He is a proprietor, Nihera Food Engineering, Bhosri, Pune. And he spoke about various machines in the food industry, how to customize them according to our needs. And he has given some examples of recent startups in food industry. Thank you very much, Engineer Santosh Karale, for accepting the invitation and sparing your valuable experience. Thank you very much. I am also very much grateful to Dr. D.D. Pawar, Associate Dean and Dean, Faculty of Agriculture Engineering, Dr. Anna Sahib Shinde, College of Agricultural Engineering and Technology, for his presence and for his support and motivation. I am also extremely grateful to, and the thanks are also due to Dr. Sunil Gorantiwar, Principal Investigator, CAST Project, and presently Head Department of Agricultural Engineering, Mahatma Phule Agricultural University, for his keen interest in such type of activities, and his CAST project is supporting all these activities. Really, I am extremely grateful to you also, Dr. Gorantiwar. Last but not the least, co-convener, Dr. M.G. Shinde. He is co-PI of the CAST project. He is also Vice President of Alumni Association, and he is also very enthusiastic and takes keen interest in such type of activities. Thank you, Mukund Shinde, for your this organization of this webinar. I am also grateful to Dr. N.J. Thakur. He is an ex-associate dean and dean, College of Agriculture, Engineering and Technology, Dr. Balasaheb Sawant, Konkan Krishi Vidyapit, Dapoli. Thank you very much, Dr. Thakur. I am also thankful to Dr. Vikram Kad. He is the organizing secretary of today's webinar, and he is also secretary of our alumni association. Thank you, Dr. Vikram Kad. I am also thankful to Dr. Nandakumar Deshmukh, who is a managing secretary of this today's webinar. He also takes keen interest, and he also organizes this type of webinars in a very excellent manner. Thank you, Dr. Deshmukh. There are many eminent participants for today's webinar. Around 380 participants were there. Some of the important participants are Dr. Vilas Salokhe. He is also our alumni and now is a ex-vice chancellor. He also attended. I am grateful to you, sir, for attending. Today I can see Dr. Ratnakar Dhotre, Professor Lakshman Pingle. They are the ex-heads of Irrigation and Drainage Engineering, College of Agriculture Engineering, Rahuri. Thank you very much for attendance. I can see Dr. P.S. Deshmukh, who is a scientist at Shirkat, Mumbai. He was also one of the participants. I can see Dr. M.S. Jadhav and Dr. Sonavne. Dr. M.S. Jadhav is the present head of the department, Agricultural Food and Process Engineering, and Dr. Sonavne, head of the section, Dhule Agriculture College. So I thank all the participants for showing keen interest, and I am very much sure that the today's lectures given by these eminent scientists and workers in different various fields of food processing and horticulture will be definitely useful for our students, final year student, third year student, and they can now start developing ideas because they have given us, our speakers have given us the basic things which are essential for an entrepreneur to be a successful entrepreneur. What is important, that is what they have emphasized. I thank one and all. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. More sir, for your guidance and presence. Dr. Kurt sir, shall we end the session? Okay. With the permission of today's speakers, we end this session here. So thank you one and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.